9,
Hello.
1, 3,
and good evening.
5.
And they're still
7,
counting because they're trying to fuck with me
9.
doing the countdown.
Prime numbers. We're doing prime numbers.
But
Yes,
no, much to their
count your prime
dismay,
numbers.
we are recording because I'm on top of shit.
We're on top of this. We're on top of stuff. So we promised you a she episode. That's not happening today.
No.
Take that, viewers.
It ain't happening.
See, Johnny was incensed at the lack of viewership on the
More so, what happens that I know changing is going to be niche. I know Wraith is going to be niche. Doing 2 changing episodes in a row is going to kill us analytically, and that's why I really want to do Wraith. But I know if we go all in on Wraith, that's going to shoot numbers. That's going to absolutely shoot it.
Hey,
I'm gonna say
cult following.
here.
We don't need to worry about it, homie.
I'm
I'm gonna say here because they won't let me say it in the comments.
If you want to see our Discord, it is in the description. For some reason, whenever we post a link that goes off of YouTube as a site, it gets removed. It gets automated.
No, it's not even a link. It's. I say, hey, check out the description for our Discord, and it'll delete it.
Wait, really? When did that start happening?
Yeah.
It's that dog. YouTube has gone insane. Like covers of songs and people's own original music gets content ID'd, and all the ad revenue gets claimed for it.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's impossible to make a living on this site anymore.
That's why we're doing this for fun.
We're doing it for fun. We're not going to get a Patreon involved. We're not going to do a subscribe star. We're not going to put our Cash App in the comments. We're not going to do a Rumble. We're not going to do Super Chats or anything like that.
What kind of
something
Ponzi
we
scheme
do
we get
need.
into to get a fucking Cash App?
Something we do need is comments and interactions to put the content out there so that more people can
Werewolf.
get.
We'll like to tell
Metro,
Metro, you're wasting your time commenting about these episodes in the server. Comment about them here. And the reason why I want to do Wyrmfo in particular, a guy who joined the server relatively new is Tedre77, and he was posting stuff about Wyrmfo. No, not Wyrmfo, Wyrmtide. And I saw that and I was thinking, now he's saying that this is the good book in Werewolf 5e. He's saying this is the good book, and I decided, okay, let's try to be optimistic here. Maybe Paradox is starting to get back in line with the original idea and the vision for Werewolf the Apocalypse. Maybe Pentex is the villain it needs to be. Maybe the BSDs are the villains it needs to be. Maybe they actually got an idea about what the Wyrm is supposed to be this time. Because we haven't talked about 5e in a year, Kyle?
For good reason.
Because there's nothing to talk about. The reason why we don't have an episode about Shattered Nation is because there is no content in the entirety of Shattered Nation. There's nothing to talk about. The entire thing is, oh, the Shattered Nation sucks, it's fascist, and then that's it. That's the entire book. Like this, we already knew this was a thing. Even White Wolf, the original White Wolf team, back in the original run of Werewolf, knew that there were massive problems with the Shattered Nation that were in this certain alt-right square of the political compass that did need to be addressed and did not absolve the Shattered Nation of all their crimes. There are no real good guys in the World of Darkness. Even the docile groups like the Changelings still have an underhand, still have an agenda that they're following. Now, I looked at Wyrmfo. I keep calling it Wyrmfo. Wyrmtide. Took a look at this book, and Tedre, I am sorry, your opinion is... My opinion on this is the exact opposite. This is worse than the core book. This is worse.
I
didn't think you could get dumber than the original core book to Werewolf 5e. This is worse. This is just worse in every way. This is a terrible understanding about Pentex, a terrible understanding about the Black Spell Dancers, and a terrible understanding about the Wyrm. And there's a whole chapter in this called Everyone is Against You, where a selling point to Wyrmtide was that the Weaver and the Wild turned evil. And that is a complete lie. They're doing the exact same thing they were doing in the original run. There is no evil Weaver, there is no evil Wild. The text betrays itself in this book. And as for Pentex, they got rid of all the original companies of Pentex are gone. They're now replaced with horrible ideas. And the Black Spiral Dancers, all the camps like Generation Hex are gone. They're now replaced with Bane cults, I think that's what you're trying to do, and also called cults of destruction. Kyle, I read chapter 3, and then I completely forgot what was in chapter 3. I honestly forgot what was in it. Because this sucks, dude. Dan was asking me. I told Dan what we were doing for this episode. He said, "Well, why are you even talking about Werewolf 5th Edition?" And the reason why is because this is a Johnny Gets Legitimately Mad episode. This is why.
It's going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a rage episode. We're going to do the funny scream. And into this. So I'm not even going to go over the introduction of this, where the only one thing to bring up is Gaia's howl, and that's it. Where supposedly at the start of this book, Gaia does a scream, and the entirety of the werewolves hear it. So I guess what you were saying before in the core book about Gaia being already dead is no longer the case, where Gaia is still alive. I guess that's what you're saying.
Yeah, it says on the book that Gaia is in her death throes.
Where you said she was dead in the core book. I guess she's alive now. I guess this is the first retcon in this book. There's some guys out here trying to save this book, where somebody's trying to save 5e, but it's not going to happen. Now, the writers for this book, by the way, are Jose Garcia, Soren Askhorth, however the fuck you say that last name, Emmy Maeda, Mike Pojola, Johanna Peterson, Chris Jones, Eden Sumar, Kevin Schulter, and Ben Heisler. Now, to my understanding, none of these guys worked on the core book. So we're not dealing with Justin Akili and Kareem Muammar and their bullshit for the story. I thought this was a good sign. I thought, you saying that guy's still alive is a good sign, because, Kyle, was there a reason to fight in the original book?
Not in 5e, no. They really didn't. No. They really didn't play up the danger the Wyrm posed.
Where if Gaia's already dead and the Wyrm has what it wants, then what's the point of still going on?
They somehow made the Get Ephemeris look even better.
Yeah, ironic, right? The same group that you want to say has the same ideas as Nazism was the only group that seemed to have its shit together in the book.
Yeah. And also, fuck you, we're not calling it the Cult of Fenris. It's the Get of Fenris, goddammit.
It's a self-felt. It really is a self-felt in this book.
It really is.
And, of course, it goes in saying, here's all the chapters we got, blah, blah, blah. And I can't tell if the artwork in this book is real. Because...
I noticed they keep reusing assets.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it is the case, but some of these pictures look like they're made in Midjourney. And some of the text in this looks like it's made with ChatGPT or Grok. I'm not saying that is, but I'm very suspicious about all those writers we just named, whether or not they actually did anything. Also, to point out, a lot of those guys, I was told by Denny and Ezvin, are involved in the LARP scene for Werewolf, aka they're Swedish. Where, for whatever reason, the Swedish LARP community of Werewolf the Apocalypse and Vampire the Masquerade seems to have a lot of sway over what gets printed in these books, ironically. It's this one shitty little community in Sweden that gets all to say.
That's kind of ridiculous.
We're going into it where, we say, with Nintendo, it's bullshit that Nintendo only ever listens to the Japanese audience, and that's it. The American audience can just get fucked. But this isn't even your core demographic. Why the fuck are you listening to these people? The LARP has nothing to do with the tabletop.
They're engaged in the community, okay?
Yes. And there's this whole portion of the book where they're bringing up all these different named characters, Kyle. We're not even going to go over this. You're throwing around names of characters from the past that you don't have any understanding of. Some of these are just your OC, and I'm not even giving attention to your fucking OC. And then you bring up fucking Jonas Albrecht again. Let the man die. He died a noble death in 2004. Let him stay dead. Why is he still here then? Why is he still here? If this is the states we're going into Werewolf with Werewolf 5e. Where, the Garrow Nation was fascist and needed to be destroyed. Okay, then why do we still have Jonas Albrecht? Why are you still bringing up this guy? Huh? You got an explanation for me?
I don't know.
No, there's no reason for him. Just let the dead horse die, alright? For fuck's sake.
No. We can still milk it for another 5 years.
We gotta keep bringing this guy up.
Why would you milk a horse, Ryan?
We have a
You've never had horse cheese before?
No.
We have a quote in here from Mary Cabra. Do we understand who Mary Cabra is? No. Does Mary Cabra actually do anything in this book? No, but we just have her name. We have her name. You remember Mary Cabra, right? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mary Cabra is very influential in this book.
Can you even tell me who Mary Cabra is, in all honesty?
I could not tell you. Oh, wait, could you?
Yeah. She is a part of the Wyrm. She works with Pentex.
That's Zizak.
She's a bane of she's a bane of all Garu. Definitely not pulling shit out of the base of the.
Yeah, we're not gaslighting the viewers or anything.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I would never do that.
And Zizak was actually Jonas Albert's girlfriend in the books. Mary Cabra was to Jonas Albert what Lucita de Aragon was to Cuthbert Beckett in the vampire books. She's the competent female action girl sidekick to the main character. And then Evans Heals the Past was the comic relief and the nice guy. He's a pale imitation of Anatole in the vampire books. I am not a fan of Evan Heals the Past. I'm not a fan of him. I like my Wendigo edgy. I like my Wendigo to be assholes. I don't like them as Evan Heals the Past. Who was the narrator of second edition? Long Moon Night, I think, in the Wendigo book.
I don't know.
That's how I like my Wendigo. I like him when they say, "I'm an asshole and you can kiss my ass," and that's my character. That's what I like.
Case in point, ends the road.
That's what I like. That's the shit I like to see. And I do think it was a good idea for them to go ahead and put the mechanics at the front of the book, where why are our dice pools 2 attributes? Why is my dice pool for this gift manipulation and my honor score versus an enemy's composure and intelligence?
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me when I saw that.
I think with that role in particular, manipulation, honor versus composure, intelligence, you're going to lose that role every time you make it.
Yes.
That's not going to work. Kyle, a criticism that could be made about your life play, but who really gives that big of a shit, is that you don't give renown at the end of sessions. But
I mean,
Kyle,
you have to do something of renown first to earn renown.
But we never got renown, so to speak. It's renown.
No, you have. That's how you leveled up.
But no, it's that Hair just immediately gave it to us. So we're not tracking temporary and permanent honor renown on the sheets, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
But Kyle, like I said, is that big of an issue?
Not necessarily, no.
It's that, and
and you have no Galliard either, so that also makes it difficult.
We have 2 Galliards.
We have 2 Galliards.
No, we have 2 Philodox.
Oh yeah, that's right. I am.
The NPCs are Galliards.
Yes, but there's one over in There's one up in Monongahela, and there's going to be another one, I think, over in Chattanooga.
I always confused Philodox and Galliard. I don't know why.
That's fair.
Where to really emphasize the point, I'm asking the audience, name an occasion where your storyteller forgot to reward renown. It's happened. It has happened at some point. And it's because the renown system was never that big of a focus in these books. It was an additional XP table that everybody forgot about. And you only ever needed it when someone said, "Hey, when are we going to rank up?" And then you begin to realize, "Oh shit, I never rewarded renown," and then you just rank up the next session. Now, they tried making it a critical part in 5e, but at the same time, once again, who really gives a shit?
There was a time that Kyle's given out glory.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, after we defeated the Black Spirals, because you defeated Black Spirals, you're going to get renown for that.
And then you quickly dropped it because it's never been that big of a focus. It's never been that big of a deal.
Yeah, I probably should have awarded some after you guys purified.
Kyle, this isn't an indictment. Don't worry about it. I'm not.
Yeah, no, but I'm just thinking of it that now, like, oh yeah, I probably could have, but I forgot.
And
that's okay.
And there's a few things they bring up with fetishes and this and who really cares. And they give an example of like worm tainted fetishes where, once again, who cares? And nobody's reading this. Nobody's actually spending money on this too. Kyle, you want to know how much this book cost? You want to know how much it cost? Well, there it is. We crashing the episode. We're going to keep the running joke going. There's Greed.
Oh,
I thought you
okay.
I told you I was going to be awake.
There it is. There it is. You came to crushing the episode. He's trying to make up for missing the last episode.
That I am. And also, I'm very pissed because I didn't know this was an actual real book until you told me, like, earlier today.
There it is. I'm the only one in this episode that actually read the book. So this book is $45.
Okay.
Now, Kyle, is this a book that looks like it's worth $45? As we said before,
no.
They're reusing all this fucking artwork too.
Yeah, I did notice they use like that Bane. They use that like Bane tree one like 3 or 4 times. I think I saw it twice at least.
Now, if you give them $50, they won't charge shipping and handling.
You're already paying for that. God damn it! Never mind.
Yeah,
you said $40.
Yeah. So you want to know how much Book of the Wyrm 20th edition cost? $20. That's it.
That just fucking sucks.
And that's it. Where, once again, this is the same reason I did the 3.5 project, where Paradox Interactive spends so much time and so little money and upcharges these books by so much. What the fuck are you doing? And then, Kyle, you know Junkyard Emperor. I have a feeling he's in the server because of you.
Oh, yeah, he follows me on Twitter.
Yeah. He said, well, that's just Paradox Interactive in general. And he sent me a list of DLC for Stellaris, where I think the cheapest price tag I saw for DLC was $25.99.
Yup, that's Paradox Interactive for you.
Why the fuck does this cost so much money? I think it's like Brazilian money he sent, but that's still a fucking lot, especially for a guy for Brazil.
Yes.
So this is just what Paradox does. This is just the fucking grift that Paradox Interactive does. We spend minimal effort on our products and then charge an asshole of money for it, and that's it. And I know that like grift has been like minimized as a word, where it's meaningless as a word. It's saying it's basically somebody I don't like makes money. But this, as little effort as you put in these books, this is a scam. This is a scam. In my opinion, this is a scam.
No, this is very much so a scam.
Yeah. And
does this mean we have to write Book of the Wyrm 3.5?
Fuck no.
Yeah, we
well, look at me talk about ass like I actually wrote anything in the book.
If you haven't understood what the Wyrm is by this point, and you've been watching these videos for this long, I don't know what to do for you.
That's fair.
The Wyrm is the stranger at your door with candy.
And now, Ryan, at the start of this book too, there's 3 different backgrounds you can take. Where first one is Bane Tinder. You can take that as a background. Now,
Ryan,
I thought this was
have that.
Now, I thought this was actually a good idea, because this would mean that the Tenno are telling other people about the Bane tending camp and are getting them to do it. Where it's not just voodoo that the Tenno do anymore. It's we've talked to the Garo Nation, we've told them this is a good idea, and now they're doing it. And
John, maybe you should actually explain what a Bane Tender is for the people that don't actually know what a Bane Tender is.
So prevent a Bane from just respawning every time you kill it. A Bane will just go right back into Malpheus after you kill it. What stops that reincarnation cycle is that you fuse it into a fetish and then somebody hangs on to it. And that's how it works. That's basically how it works.
There was one of them in Appalachia, which the party briefly met.
And this is a good idea because it gets a Bane out of the game. That's what it does. You're putting time out for however long that Bane Tender sticks around and however many times that Bane has passed. And that's how the Tenno conquered South America until the Shadow Lords came and cocked it all up. But, it's a good idea. So, as this is being a background where I would honestly say this would be synonymous with the fetish background, where if you want your character to be a Bane Tender, just put points in the fetish and it'll decide like how important the Bane you're tending is and how you need to hang on to it. And that's in this book where that's your one good idea. Then second, Samuel Hate is a background in this book.
Kyle, the whole ass boy is a fucking background.
He's a background.
It's not just skin dance or generic. It is word for word Samuel Hate.
Now he's referred to as the Skinner in this book.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's a step up from Samuel Hate. Like, oh, look out for Sam! Look out for Samuel Hate! Like, so scary. Now having him be called the Skinner, that sounds like a creepypasta monster at the very least. That sounds like a guy that could be intimidating. He was supposed to be the mysterious, not just the dumbest story ever told. Now, the reason why he's a background is how much of your story is going to involve Samuel Hate. And that's the background.
I'm never including him in a game.
I'm being real here. This is a real statement. Samuel Hayes is one of the most universally hated characters.
It's such a dumb idea. It's such a stupid idea, and they went so hard on it. It's so dumb.
It's like I'm actually this is legitimately just a stupid thing. There's nothing good about this idea.
No, where if you put 3 points into the Skinner background, Samuel Hate's going to pop up in your story, and then if he's got 5 dots, then the entire chronicle is just going to fucking involve Samuel Hate, and then you're going to be the one to kill him. Congratulations, your OC is now the most important character in World of the Apocalypse.
Wait, which book were we reading that had like the full back page spread of Samuel Hate being the ultimate badass?
I want to say that was the Umbra book that had that.
I think
in
it was, yeah.
Or it was or it was Under Blood Red Moon.
It was I think it was the Umbra book because that was recently.
That's something we just recently went over, and that was such a fucking stupid idea.
Mate, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm more of a badass than him.
Yes.
You guys know Nagash? Remember that weird story where someone says Nagash got killed by Samuel Hate?
Yes.
Because he found him and killed him with a shotgun?
Yes.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, and that's it. And also in this book, Zizak is the background too. Where how much of it, it's the same as the Samuel Hate background. How much your chronicle is going to involve Zizak as a character is brought up in this.
I mean, after reading a little bit about Zizak, and I'm like, okay, cool. There's a big bad, like rank 5 Black Spiral.
Yes.
That might make an interesting villain. She's not the whole fucking focus of the game.
Yes.
Yes.
You remember Zizak, the Black Spiral dancer.
If
the
you let
face
me
of the tribe.
Let me finish here. The chosen of Green Dragon himself.
Yes.
She's a rank 6.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. So yes. And she's the entire background. Now, Kyle, what did Zizak look like in previous editions?
Where I do not remember. It's been a minute.
Here,
I do.
Well, here, throw me a picture so we can show the folks at home.
It's loading as we speak.
Lovely.
That's what she looks like.
All right, history.
No.
Oh yeah, she was freaky looking.
Now, just a little goofy, right, with the outfit, but she had a visual identity where she went around in just this fucking BDSM gear, and that's what she wore.
Yep.
Where
hey, honey, you can't handle this bow tie.
Now that's at least a distinct. Now that's at least a distinct design. Where if you look at a character that looks like this, you automatically know it's Zizak.
Yes. Okay, who reacted woeful on that? God damn it.
To be fair, Zizak is actually supposed to be really attractive. Zizak's supposed to be actually attractive in her human form.
She's a butterface is what she is.
Yeah.
Now
I
Kyle,
don't know, people usually react wolf, so I think.
Now, Kyle, that's the cover of Wyrmtide. Which of those two women is supposed to be Zizak?
That's a phenomenal question.
That's my point.
What happened to her boobs?
That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah,
it's not even that, but the fucking visual identity too. I can't tell who the fuck she's supposed to be.
Yeah. Also, what's with this fucking font?
Yeah.
This fucking you wouldn't steal a format ass font.
No, this is a basic font in Photoshop that we're using, and this is what I mean with World of the Apocalypse 5e. Everything about it just sucks. Everything about this book just sucks.
Yes.
Whoa, we can't be talking about 5e like that. We're gonna get 8 in the comments.
Here's a better image of Zizak. Hold on, I'm sharing my screen.
All right, go ahead.
Just send it to
sharing the screen. Just post the image.
Just post the image.
I don't. Sure, why the fuck not? Sure.
Let's go ahead and just post the image.
Post.
Now, going into this, we'll look at the picture, and then we'll go into the Pentex segment.
Yeah, just keep going. I'm getting the image now.
So the Pentex segment. So Kyle, this was the part of the book that got me mad.
Really?
So going along with this, where you at least read this part.
Yeah, I did. And all honesty, it's not terrible. I'm curious to see what you have to think about it.
Now, what was the first company in this?
Got it.
It was like that private security company, right?
Yeah. There it is. Thank you for not spending money on this, Greed.
Yes. Excellent job.
Yeah, that's what's it. So, anything with Zizak, are you going to even remember what this looks like? Are you even going to remember this? This character
got a pretty distinct design to her, I'd say.
This the fucking
not
face.
Not like not so edgy as like the first one, but like that
She
that
has
makes
the same
sense for
face and hairstyle as Mary Cabra in the previous editions.
I'm being real here. During for like one of Johnny's hunter games, I wanted to play a Black Spiral Dancer to fuck with the hunters. My
Instead,
character would have been exactly. I didn't even know Zyzak at that point. Would have been a copy of Zyzak.
And instead, I took that
But it was
idea and
a
we made Cohorts in Blood, who's already in the Australia book, and she basically stole the show and stole the plot. And that was fun, but Acheron. All right. So Kyle, this is a pretty clear stand-in for Academy, right? It's a private military company.
Yes,
that's what Acheron is, and their whole thing is that they're a knight helmet, and this is supposed to be 5e's answer to the first teams, where it's a private security company that goes around. But the thing is, Kyle, is that this passage in the book where it's saying every time they go into a contract, they ruin it. Where they have a rather contentious relationship with company that tends to have locals where they operate. Tend to have with the locals where they operate. For every contract Acheron gains with a high-profile corporate client, they get kicked out of somewhere else due to corruption, killing the wrong people, or failing to provide what they promised.
That's not first team.
No, where Kyle, if a war crime happens, it gets reported, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's impossible to hide this shit. And second point I want to make, now, BlackRock, we can say is the one-for-one comparison with Pentex. We can say that's the thing.
Yes.
Now, BlackRock does not own, has not founded, does not finance, and does not invest in a PMC.
Well, actually, no. BlackRock's real estate. You're thinking Wagner Group.
Yeah, or that too, where that's not a thing they invest in either. Now, Kyle, if there was a multinational holdings firm that put money behind a PMC like this, wouldn't everyone in America have something to fucking say about it?
More than likely, yeah.
Now, this is what fucking falls apart for me with 5e. Where, if I may compare Pentex and the previous editions, those companies were evil as shit, but nobody knew what they were doing.
Yes.
Where Indron was a company that polluted the shit out of the ocean, but you didn't know that. Because all of Indron's crimes were in international waters, or out in remote areas that you couldn't tell. They would disguise it as an accident, and you have plausible deniability with everything you did. And if dumping did happen and people knew about it, it would be to a small inconsequential degree. Down in North Carolina, me and Greed have something called Duke Energy. That's the people who run the power here. And they fucking polluted the shit out of Lake Norman. And everybody figured out that they did that and got in trouble for it. Now,
yeah. I just want to go on this brief tangent about the security force. I'm sorry for taking your moment. What made them so dangerous, and this is my iteration of Water Darkness, what made First Sight was so dangerous was because this is Water Darkness. They did dirty jobs that weren't supposed to be known. Their whole entire thing was they weren't a known military force.
No.
They were private mercenaries that did the underbelly type shit.
They didn't have a banner. They didn't leave a calling card. They just came in, killed, got out. They did not operate under a banner like this. If the first teams were under a certain under like any name of any company in the original run, that company would have gone out of business immediately after figuring out just what the people behind the first teams did.
And they're competent. Yes, do they die a lot to werewolves, but do they get kills against werewolves? Yes, and that's the terrifying thing. They can.
And in a modern day, Kyle, where everything going on in fucking Ukraine and everything going on in Gaza is filmed on somebody's smartphone and then uploaded to the internet, there was no way Acheron would be able to get away with any of this.
Exactly.
Now, why are you bringing this point up? Oh, I'm bringing it up because Vampire 5th Edition brought up how the internet destroyed the Masquerade. So if Acheron did anything in 5e, it would be known. So how the fuck does this company still exist? How? How are you able to operate?
Because game says the thing that
game says it is.
The thing that always bothered me about these sections in particular was the fact that their falls are all preordained. Like it says under each category, it's like here's what the company does. Here's the fucked shit they do. Here are the people in charge. Here's how they fall. That defeats the whole purpose of me wanting to accelerate this. If they're already going to fall, then what the fuck is the point? And furthermore, it's like figuring out how to take them down is the whole fun of the game. How do we take out these corrupt bastards? How do we purify the land they've destroyed? By putting that in the book, you are taking all the mystery out of how you go about dismantling all this evil.
What makes it worse is they make them cartoonishly incompetent, which they are not.
No, they're not. That's the reason they're still around.
With the previous companies that Pentex had, Indron Oil had been around since J.D. Rockefeller's time, and they were going to continue to be around after that. They had a business model that was successful and had been going on for over 100 years by the time your chronicle starts. How are you going to take that down? And whenever you killed anyone in Indron, there was another figurehead waiting to take its place. Same thing with Magadon, where Magadon was so thoroughly embedded in the American economy, you could not get rid of it. Magadon is just too big to fail. And a lot of their products did what they were supposed to do. Was there a shitload of side effects with everything that Magadon produced? Yes, but you didn't notice this, and Magadon would sell you something to alleviate that. Now, did Magadon destroy the environment? I'm going to bring that up where only 2 companies in this entire book actually do any environmental damage. But Magadon didn't do that. But Magadon was scary because it was a direct threat to the Geru nation, because you're releasing products that make it impossible for a werewolf to procreate. You can't reproduce as a werewolf if you took one of these products. It kills the changing seed. And then you had other companies like, well, Kyle, your favorite, King Breweries. How much environmental pollution? How much environmental pollution did King Breweries do?
They have basically destroyed a section of the Colorado River in the book.
And nobody notices this because a beer company, you wouldn't connect that to environmental destruction.
It also helps that, they have that whole environmental protection front called Blue Aqua or something? Blue Aqua 2001.
Yeah, it was something along those lines.
And also King Breweries is the third largest employer in the state. So they have a huge
don't forget the vineyard. Don't forget the vineyard. My favorite part is it's mentioned that the vineyards, the protected areas, is a Bane farm. That is
the fucking man-eating grapes that rip out your insides and then shove themselves down your throat and possess you.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
They're clever. They're not stupid. This is why you need monsters to go in there and kill them, because the humans won't catch up on this shit naturally. I'm sorry.
And then other stuff too, where there were 3 other companies too, where Tellus and Black Dog, did those really have anything to do with the environment? No, but they had to do with the demographic itself that was buying the game.
Yes.
Where you're involved in gamer news, Kyle. Even though we're not big gamers anymore, we keep up with this shit because it's our hobby.
Yes.
Same thing with tabletop games. We keep up with it because it's our hobby. Therefore, a lot of the corruption stuff that went on with Black Dog Games and Tellus would be stuff that the demographic of Werewolf the Apocalypse would understand.
Yep.
How many people who play Werewolf are involved in PMCs and follow PMCs closely?
Not very many, I'd imagine.
And I'm honestly drawing a blank as to who the last company and subsidiaries got to Pentex is. I'm pulling up right now. Avalon Toys,
yes.
Right?
Oh, right,
and
Avalon.
How dark black bleak was Avalon.
Avalon is scary.
For extract, basically is they purposely fuck with the body view and make violence grand. They basically corrupt television so your kids grow fucked up.
It turns your kid into a school shooter.
It does.
Yes.
And they did not pull any punches with it, and they pointed out just how fucked up it was and how smart the villains behind Avalon were. Where Avalon Toys, well, sure, it's an evil toy company. You're going into it, you probably could solve it. It's I'm up against Buzz Lightyear, but his laser gun's real. It doesn't sound that scary as Geru, right? But what made it a big deal is that the figureheads above Avalon were geniuses. These are people that had intelligence 6 for their attribute. You're going up against a guy that knows what you're going to do and has a plan for everything you do.
One instance here, and this was actually a very clever plan, to help guard themselves, they would make Bane spirits out of their action figures to guard their buildings on the Umbra.
And therefore you had the Action Bill Mark 6, which is a giant G.I. Joe with real working guns that exploded.
Yeah, that guarded them from the Umbra. It was multi-layered.
That's what you had. So you had, and all these businesses too. Kyle, was there a business in the old book that was designed to fail? Right? Was there an old business in the book that was designed to fail?
No.
No. Each one of these groups was supposed to be sustainable, where Avalon Business has got a long-running business model and was expanding. Blood Dog Games was expanding. Telos Games was expanding. Drunking Breweries and Magadon were so deeply ingrained in the American economy, you couldn't get rid of them. And if you did, it would result in a power vacuum. Meanwhile, Kyle, in every single one of these companies, they're designed to fail, and who's going to miss them when they're gone?
Nobody.
No
Absolutely nobody.
Where, even with this too, where Ryan, there's a group that Pentex has that's called Good House Incorporated, and they're an evil stationery company that makes paper. Are you going to suspect that the company that makes your memo pad is demonic?
No.
No.
Though there are some conspiracy theorists out there.
And they don't go in depth. They don't go in depth with Good House, but they're mentioned in the Book of the Wyrm. And Ryan, did we really need to go in depth with an evil paper company? Did we really need to do that?
No.
Same thing with the Herrick's, where we didn't really need to talk that much about an evil grocery store. Or
actually, that is needed.
The Herrick's.
Is it?
The evil grocery store. Well,
I need it.
Herrick's already exists. It's called Walmart. That's it.
Oh, that was uncalled for, but fair.
But agreed.
Yes, Ryan. You remember the time you ate Ryan? You remember the time you ate the Great Value Chicken, right?
Yep.
And just what a terrible time that
Did it
was.
actually just like fucking KO you?
No.
But
it wasn't the best.
That is the Hail Mary of the I'm out of food in the pantry except for one thing. Where Kyle, you're looking around the cabinet. I've got no food. Oh man, I've got Great Value Chicken. Huh.
Yeah, and then it's like it's Homer Simpson getting the expired meat.
Yeah.
And John, this is one of the few times I will agree with you on 20th edition, because in 20th edition Mage, they said how the technocracy doesn't work with the Pentex anymore because they say with their money sink. But if you look at the actual lore, they weren't a money sink. Basically, they try to come up with some giant convoluted reason in 20th edition why Pentex left. I mean, why the technocracy left.
Some people just want to look at me like I have my head on backwards when I say 20th edition was just fan fiction, and that's it. It's not gospel. It's just a fucking.
They tried to make them more nuanced, but no. Pentex is no shit. I keep saying Pentex, but the technocracy are dickheads.
No. There's nothing good about the technocracy guys. Quit trying to say that these are the good guys. They're fucking not. We have 5 episodes talking about this.
Yes.
But regardless here, but I want to say one thing here is I haven't read the book. I'll read the book later, and I imagine we're gonna do a part 2 when I actually we're covering
the whole thing today about Wyrmtide.
Okay, thank goodness. But I'll say this.
No, Greed, there is not enough content in this book to justify a part 2.
That is very fair. The page is literally not even 200 pages. Not even 200 pages.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Now, on top of that, too, like Greed, you remember Project Deepwater, Project Odyssey, Project Iliad, Project Lycon, Section 12, Project Aeneid, Project Ice. Pentex was doing stuff in the background that was serving the Wyrm that the project had no information on whatsoever.
Oh yeah, there was Project Third Eye. For people who don't know this here, Pentex was working on a drug to take psychers, yes, psychics exist in the world of darkness, and take them up a notch.
Now, is any of that in Wyrmtide? The answer is no. So it's just companies that are designed to fail, built to fail, that are just designed to lose money, put you in debt, put you in the red, waste investors' money, and then disappear. So I'm asking you, how the fuck is Pentex a thing in 5e?
It doesn't. Hold on. I want to check something here. Did they fuck up about because this is the most terrifying thing about Pentex. They're a mega secret corporation. The average person is supposed to know.
They know about them.
That's not how that's supposed to work. They're supposed to be those mega corporations that you don't know actually own like 5 of the mega businesses around the world.
And the thing is that you're able to trace the fucking paper trail today. It's 2025. We can tell where the fuck this money is going to. We know about the World Economic fucking Forum. We know about this shit.
You'll be surprised the amount of ignorant people you run across. But my point is, they're not supposed to be out in the open. They're not.
And what I'm saying about this is that if somebody wanted to follow the money trail, they could. So if Pentex if it didn't matter whether or not Pentex operated in the open or not, somebody was going to know about it, and somebody was going to leak it, and then it was going to spread around the internet. And speaking of which,
don't recommend
now
that.
W20 did have a good idea with Incognito because those were black hat hackers that were on Pentex's side censoring stuff, where nowadays they would just be Reddit mods. There is not a single internet anything in Wyrmtide. So who the fuck's running your PR?
I mean, they did have the one for what was that one?
There is.
Yeah, is the bank or was the banking firm or the fracking firm? I forget.
But it's just a management company, and that's all they do. And that's it. And even then, the book says that they fuck up a lot.
No, Pentex isn't that. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. This is like cartoonishly stupid. That's what I mean. And then we get into Albion Oil, where I just say it's Indron, man. Just fucking say it's Indron. Use the fucking word, alright? Your stupid OC company isn't special. And kind of the same thing. It does the same thing that Indron does, but just worse in every way, where it just causes oil spills. Like all the shit that Indron was doing that we said before, but the public knows about it. And it's actually their own fucking fault.
Something just crossed my mind. Sorry for interrupting again, because I will constantly interrupt.
And the thing with... What?
Why is Bane Tender... Sorry for interrupting, because I know I'm going to do this again. Sorry, everyone who's listening. Why is Bane Tenders in the Wyrm section? They're not evil.
They're not evil. I guess it has like it's just related to the Wyrm, so we're going to put in the Wyrm book.
Probably.
Yeah, fucking retarded.
Now the thing with Albion is that they actually downplay the environmental destruction, Kyle. What they're actually saying is, I don't want to read this verbatim because it's just so fucking stupid. The evil behind Albion is that it's social isolation, where they don't let their workers see their families, and because of that, the workers go crazy and turn evil. And
I think the oil cult was like a neat idea, but for an entire company, though.
And they say, "Oh, we have what the fuck were they called? The oil folk."
Yep.
And we get the great sentence: "The oil folk literally drink oil." Literally, literally drink oil, dude.
I can see the person writing that with their their beard, their thick rimmed glasses, and fucking suspenders.
Millennial writing. This is so stupid.
Joss Whedon and his consequences.
The generation's literally fascist. This is literally 1984. You're not supposed to sound like a ratter, dude, with the commercial product that you're charging $45 for.
I'm going to tell you, I'm revising my book. I don't think I have ever used the word literally once. And I think that should be a testament to the quality of it.
There it is. Pull up your copy of the book, hit Control F and type in the word literally and see if it pops up at all.
I would need to go over to the other room and get my laptop.
There's a lexicon of books.
Let me check right here.
A lexicon of words that just should not be used in a professional product. That's one of them.
Here we go. I can actually look up the word now. Hold on. Let me see here. Literally.
Look at literally.
Well, no, I was going to see if there were any in my book. No, in the book that I wrote. I don't think I've used it.
Oh.
And Kyle, how unintimidating are the oil folk?
I'm gonna say going onto an oil.
Set these guys on fucking fire and walk away.
Well, not necessarily, because, you're surrounded by petroleum fumes. If you light one on fire, the whole place goes up, and you get a giant oil spill in the ocean.
That's all it is. I just need to spit my cigarette at them, and then it handles the issue.
I mean, to be fair, controlled burns actually do... No, I'm not going to talk about it.
Have you seen Deepwater Horizon? You don't want that shit.
Why am I fighting these guys without the Gift Master of Fire, too?
Well, I mean,
the Gift of Fire is really dope. It's a bitch that they downgraded. So no, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, and of course, it's said, we don't even need to explain the fall section for this. It's an oil company. You already know what they wrote for this. It's so predictable. Yeah. All right, Bailey, Reeves, and Mark. Let's go into this one. So this is a company that you pay to manage you. It's basically Sweet Baby Inc. Kyle, is what this does.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, well, that was on call for. But
you pay a man to tell you how to use your money. Right? Does that sound like a good business model?
Sign me up.
Right now, that sounds like a scam, doesn't it?
No.
Where this just doesn't make sense to me. I pay you, and then you tell me all the ways I'm spending my money wrong. If you actually did a good job, the first thing you would have done was that you would have told me it was a bad idea to spend money on you.
Let's say I talk about today's not sponsor, Rocket Money.
Rocket Money. Download the
damn
Rocket
it,
Money
no.
app today. And so that's it. Like it sounds like joined us just 2 sentences. No, that's it. That's all they do. So and even then, there's a whole. I'll just read this verbatim. The ethos of individualism has made it easy to shift blame to anyone deemed to be expendable, and nothing satiates the mob like a face to pin all their anger on. Chemical fires, oil spills, insider trading, illegal waste dumping, all of those are problems that Bailey, Reeves, and Mark have managed to suppress through careful manipulation of the media. Okay, how? How are you manipulating the media? How are you controlling the story? How are you doing this? You don't get an answer, Kyle. Don't actually explain how this works.
What makes it sad is the Pentex, and here's the one thing people forget about Pentex: the Fomorei wasn't just meant for werewolves to fight. There was Fomorei built to manipulate people. That's
Yes,
how
the
one of the
enticer.
yeah, the entire there's all kinds of there was an assassin Fomorei. There was Fomorei to make sure that Pentex and all its corporations went along smoothly.
And instead we have Billy, Reeves, and Mark, where I think it would have been smarter if you made this a law firm instead. Where, Kyle, if I might take this idea and make it better, what is a big topic today in the news, Kyle? Think about it.
In the
Starts
news?
with an L. Starts with an A. L-A.
Oh,
W.
yeah, fucking
Lawfare.
Lawfare.
All this litigation shit that you see going on where you said something about me, I'm going to sue the pants off of you now.
I actually haven't seen a whole lot of that recently. I've been more closely following the fact that the government refuses to, fess up for all of the stuff they did on the island.
All the shit that they were doing. And how our president is currently suing the Wall Street Journal over it. For saying that, for accusing him about it. Where
the motherfucker ran on it and then is now saying that it doesn't exist.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Where wouldn't it make sense to have this group where they just litigate and that's it?
Yep.
And
yeah, it's very obvious.
Now, Kyle, how much money does this waste? Just lawfare.
All of it. It's just ridiculous.
We don't watch him anymore. Ryan, let me make sure you know who H3 is, right? Ethan Klein.
No.
I wouldn't blame you for not knowing him anymore because he hasn't been relevant for a while. He just popped up back on my radar again. But back in the day when I watched this guy religiously, he got sued by a guy for making a reaction video to one of his videos, and the guy that was in the video didn't like what Ethan had to say about him, and fucking sued him about it. And Ethan Klein and Ela showed the list of all the charges that their lawyers were giving them. And just making a copy of documents they got charged $300 for.
That's fucking bullshit.
It's bullshit to pay for a lawyer, and it's bullshit to get sued. And if you get sued, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, you're in a money hole after it happens. And it's such fucking gay ops to do. It's such fucking bullshit. It's such a waste of time and money, and it just fucks you up. It just fucks you up financially.
If you couldn't afford a lawyer was afforded to you.
And Don, who the hell has time for this at the end of the day? And wouldn't it make more sense to just have a group of evil litigators where they get the children of Gaia and the Wendigo and the Actina and the Glass Workers have a case against us? Okay, we're just going to litigate the shit out of them at this law firm. And how would that work? And it's a group of lawyers that are just designed to waste time, keep the trial going on for as long as possible, forge evidence, hide evidence. Kyle, how corrupt is the American law system?
Oh, it's fucked beyond all considerable recognition.
So isn't there a missed opportunity here where instead of having it be a bullshit management company, we could have had evil lawyers?
Well, see, it was written by people in Sweden that don't have to deal with our bullshit.
They don't have to deal with their bullshit. Did someone just join the call again?
King left and rejoined.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, my internet was fucking up. I could barely hear you.
And that's what I mean. And then the only thing else about Billy, Leaves, and Mark is that they lobby, where, okay, amazing, lobbying is bad. Wow, I wasn't born yesterday, guys. Amazing.
Yep.
God. This is such fucking cringe, Kyle. This is so cringe.
It's a rather dreary read, isn't it?
And do they even have their own unique Fomorei? No.
I think the oil folk were the closest they got to it.
There it is.
I mean, law-based Fomorei sounds actually cool.
Yeah, like, and you create a guy like, oh, you sue to shove a guy, you put him in financial destitution, and then you have an opportunity to make a guy who's a Fomorei based around greed, where because I got sued, the pants sued off of me, I now have to do all this evil shit to make my money back, and then I start going down a rabbit hole that I can't go back from.
For instance, here, there's some more. There's more. I got a name for it. The silver tongue, and it attacks you with a metallic tongue.
Or say like it was like a district attorney that becomes more focused on winning a case rather than just proving somebody innocent or guilty. Kyle, when you came over to visit me and how I had to like fucking do jury for 2 days.
Oh yeah, that shit.
Kyle, the amount of time that a district attorney will fucking waste, they are the slimiest people in the fucking world. The amount of time this guy said something to the effect of, would you like to sue somebody for $1 million?
Dude,
I counted how many times he said that. I counted 12 times he said that.
Man, in my IT firm, we service a lot of law firms. I fucking hate lawyers, dog. They never shut the fuck up, ever.
How the fuck do these people live with themselves? It's an honest question.
I don't know, and I pray to God I never have to go.
One of the requirements for a job is I have to lack basic human empathy.
Yes, that is 100% true.
So you see how we came up with a better idea than Wyrmtide already.
Lawyers is a job for psychopaths.
Exactly. It's same as like being a dentist or being a surgeon. Next up is Galliard Foods, an evil farming company. Now, Kyle, this had potential to go somewhere, right?
Yeah, I was reading the description. I'm like, this sounds like legitimately evil.
And did they go in any detail about anything that happens?
That they get, that their facilities are disgusting, that they, that they make food out of their people that try to unionize. Some pretty evil and heinous shit goes on there. They actually kind of cooked on this one.
And then it falls apart in the fall section.
Fucking course it does.
Because how do you want to take this? You want to take these guys down? Here's a list of solutions for you. It's that easy. That easy.
You should not. I understand this is supposed to be a guide for building a game, but if the players can just as easily get their hands on this, there's no fucking point in finding a creative solution to it.
I'm being real here. Yeah, this is a game where you're supposed to role play out the solution. If the answer is given to you, it's
where. Ryan, how do you want to take down Galliard Foods? There's one easy solution to this.
Go plant-based. Become vegetarian.
Well, that's one, but on a personal level. But on a global scale, how do you take these guys down?
On a global scale, famine.
Call OSHA.
Oh,
yes.
That's all you gotta do.
You're joking, right?
That's all you gotta do.
Well, no, they literally like push employees into meat grinders. They have a huge rate of dismemberment at their facilities. They're just
and at the same
terrible.
time too. Wouldn't somebody notice that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is starting to realize. Obviously, the writers forget this key factor about the World of Darkness. The monsters are smart. They know what they're doing. They're not going to be obvious about it.
Yes. And Tony went to work yesterday, and I haven't seen him since. And it's been 7 days, and now it's been a month. Hey, where's my husband? You don't think anyone's going to say this?
Yeah.
Where?
Let me give you an example here. Sorry for interrupting. I'm doing this a lot. Sorry. You're a vampire. Somebody's looking for you. You make them disappear. And how you do it? And how do you make them disappear without people looking for them? Very simple. You don't disturb anything. You don't do anything to anyone. They simply aren't there one day.
And that's it. There's many different ways to do it too that will cover your tracks like dominate in presence.
Yeah. Or how about this one here? You use dominate on a drug dealer, have him shoot him. End of story.
And that's it. You get someone else to do the shit for you. And meanwhile, with fucking Galliard, it's as easy as just saying, "Hey, my husband went to work a month ago, and he has to come back since. Can you investigate it?" And that's it. That's how this falls apart.
This is you only need this. People forget this here, but there is a difference between human meat and everybody else's meat. All you need is someone to test what the meat is, and boom, it's all over.
Yep. I don't care that people still fucking eat McDonald's. Somebody's going to be able to tell if the meat's fake.
Yeah.
But people figured out that fucking Subway tuna fish wasn't actually tuna fish. It's all fucking mayonnaise that they fucking give you.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
All you need to do is just to get one person in. You can do this with one character in one session.
Now,
one session, literally test the quality of the meat, get evidence, give that to the media. Boom, you just destroyed it. End of story.
and that's all you gotta do. Thank you for saying that, because somebody just needs to test the meat, and that's it. The whole thing gets blown open. And your fucking Reeves and Mark motherfuckers aren't going to be able to cover that, because you can't argue against hard data like that in a courtroom. So what the fuck?
Well, it made it more cool if you had a Fomorei based on hunger that eats people that talk too much. That would have made more sense.
Kyle, if we may talk about an actual evil food company, Kraft.
Kraft or Tyson.
Where, you remember how Philip Morris got sued for trying to make cigarettes more addictive? And I'm not bullshitting you when I say this, they specifically were trying to make them more addictive to black people.
What?
With cigarettes. Yes.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Excuse you?
That actually happened?
They were trying to make it... They were trying to make cigarettes irresistible to the black taste. Now, when Philip Morris got fucking sued for that, Kraft approached them and said, all that data you did on your cigarettes, sell it to us for our mac and cheese. And that's what happened.
Which is weird, because I never eat Kraft mac and cheese anymore.
And all this fucking food. Now, what foods do Kraft make?
Dairy-based foods.
Yes.
You're gonna find out just how fucking huge this list is.
And also meats, I think, but mostly dairy.
They make A1 steak sauce, Capri Sun, Jell-O, Kool-Aid, Lunchables, Maxwell House, Oscar Mayer, Philadelphia cream cheese, Velveeta.
Damn, they got a lot.
Yes. Yes. And this is food that's designed to be addicting. It is designed to be addicting.
Hey, late stage capitalism, how's it hanging? This shit.
And that's what it is. So...
I don't want to hear that from you from early stage communism. Fuck you.
Now, wouldn't it make more sense with Gallagher Foods is that instead of a meat processing farm that made people into food, wouldn't it make more sense to, I don't know, assist the consumption worm in being the consumption worm by making foods that were addictive and fattened people up after they ate them?
Yeah, and then make a whole bunch of Burger Man.
Yes. Now, doesn't this sound like a better idea?
That sounds like it. They would be good friends with their
How
tallies.
quickly did we come with that idea? How quickly did we figure that out?
Like 2 minutes.
Now, how the fuck did these Swedes not figure this out?
Because they don't have that problem in Sweden, evidently.
Where, I think I'm going to go eat my words for a second. I think Amelin from Werewolf was onto something about saying, if you're not from a certain country, you can't rap about the country. I don't think people from Sweden should be allowed to rap about America, if this is what they make.
Here's what I'm thinking they should do. They should go on the internet and talk to some Americans.
Where I'm going to say, just go ahead, we'll say the Paradox. Keep my motherfucking country's name out of your motherfucking mouths. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You know, Sweden has no room to be talking. You
got nothing. You got fucking nothing.
I swear, somebody should make a meme of Patrick, looking under the microscope, and then with the board nailed to his head. Paradox when trying to research the power of a minor country in World War II versus Paradox trying to build werewolf enemies.
Yes. Oh my god. How are you this fucking stupid? I don't get it. I'm just gonna go ahead and just just facepalm.
All right, Johnny. All right. Let's move.
My god.
Let's do one last corporation before you bust a blood vessel.
Okay.
One last corporation.
My bro gonna have a stroke.
Earth Living
Exactly.
Logistics. It's just a shipping company, and that's all it is. It just does what fucking shipping companies already do. I get it. There's no bigger piece of shit out there than the driver, than somebody with a CDL. Okay, next company. Fucking nothing. Sheld's Pharmaceuticals. Okay, Cal, we actually can't talk about these guys. It's a pharma company. We can't talk about them.
Yep.
But we remember what happened the last time we talked about Magadon in depth. We're not even going to try.
No.
They will kill you.
They're gonna
the
beat
YouTube
us to
algorithm
death.
cannot tell fantasy from reality.
It really can.
No. Now, Kyle, this is where you had the opportunity to go somewhere really dark with Real 5e, And this goes to show just how fucking gutless this is, where you shouldn't talk about the Wyrm and the World of Darkness if you weren't willing to go the extra mile. Cradle of Care. Now,
Canonically, many people who's ever read the Wyrm book and read the Wyrm book have said they felt sick after reading it.
Oh, fucking Freak Legion! They had to go ahead and put a mature audiences tag on that. They had to write that under Black Dog, which is
Wyrm book.
Yeah,
the Wyrm book has made people with softer stomachs. Yeah, the Wyrm books have made people with softer stomachs sick. Me personally, because I like dark shit, it doesn't bother me. But other people has made them feel sick reading those books.
Now
that was how I felt when we went over Magadan. In all honesty.
Now, Cradle of Care, Ryan. It is an evil adoption service. And how do you think that operates? What's your idea of that? If I tell you it's evil foster care, Ryan, what's your idea?
Pedophilia.
Child what?
Child labor.
Child labor. Porn. Now you would think about that.
Sweatshops.
Human trafficking.
You went ahead and you said that's fucking CP.
You said go dark, and I went dark.
No, well, don't immediately go for the throat, is what I'm saying.
Well, too late now. He already did it.
Now with this, you would think it would go down that angle. You would think it would go down the route of child labor, or hell, it could even go down a human trafficking route. Because after all, you saw the Son of Freedom, didn't you? And you saw all the shit that was going on behind the scenes, what? Not behind the behind the scenes with Son of Freedom's release, and what that movie was about. Why was a movie about a political topic this big and this widespread kept secret for 5 years?
Well, because they had to find people that weren't actually on the list.
And with this, you think it would go down this, but no, it's just we give our kids over to families that just abuse the kids, and that's it. That's it, really. Where this is all it is. So you thought, well, are you going to go down the same route that Martyrs did? Where Martyrs was about this human trafficking ring where you sold people to families that then tortured the people you sold. And does it go down the route? No, they just treat your kid like shit and just pass them around between foster home to foster home and into houses that can't afford the kid. And then the kid just grows up fucked up, and then that's it, really. Where, are you trying to say that any kid that grows up in an unstable house like this is just going to become evil by nature? Is this what you're trying to say, Paradox?
What do they mean by this?
That's way too simple.
That's too broad of a brush, too.
No, that's way too weak. Here's an idea. Because the concept of bad seeds. The fetish where Fomorei or Banes will literally make a evil child and put them in the adoption firm. That's a way that how you can get bad seeds up to places where they shouldn't be or where they naturally wouldn't be.
Yes.
For example, here is a bunch of rich couples can't have children. Here's some perfect children for you. Boom. That's a plot line.
Yes. And then instead of that, it's just, you grew up in a crappy house and that's it. And that's it, really. I mean, that's what Kyle. All right. You own Killer 7.
Yes.
Now, you haven't gotten too far into Killer 7. I think we did Andre Almeida. We stopped right when we started at the Curse Blackburn. Now, the point of that mission was with him is that it was Curtis Blackburn and Pedro Montoya, where they were two guys that worked at immigration. What they would do is that how it's top cool that ICE tends to separate families where kids are split from their parents. Now, what these two would do with these kids is that they would sell them into human trafficking rings or keep them for themselves, and you know where I'm going with that.
Disgusting.
Now,
absolutely awful.
Now, if you really want to go for the fucking throat, that's what that's what this company would have been in this book.
To be fair, considering the average political views, I'm surprised they didn't try to put that in the book.
And same thing too, where you could say, you have orphans and foster kids that just go missing one day after being traded between state to state. Where do you think those kids end up? Or say this is a group of say evil midwives or an evil hospital, like evil OBGYNs, where you tell poor women, "Oh, your baby died in childbirth," and then you actually keep the baby for yourself and either gut the sucker and sell his organs, or you sell it to another family over the sea.
Oh, I just realized some terrible thing. You could run a child clinic. Here's a better idea. You can run a child clinic. You replace the child with something that's not a child.
Yes, where you do a whole Invasion of Body Snatchers thing.
Just throw
that
a
sounds
bait
like
in there
such a
immediately
cool
out of
idea.
conception.
Yes,
that sounds like a cool idea too.
It's literally you'd be a parent like, I think my kid's the Antichrist. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. We swapped out your kid for an actual demon baby. And that's what it is.
Man,
and then imagine what the Fomorei that makes those looks like.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about it.
You see how we could have gone on a much more interesting route. Like, sure, this is dark as shit what we're talking about right now, but it makes for a better story, don't it?
Yes, it does.
This is the Wyrm, though. This is what they will be doing to people.
And this is the thing with this book, is that it's not willing to go that step. You keep pulling the fucking punch. You're not willing to actually make an evil group. That's what fucking mean. And then the other two companies in here are Geonatal, who just sell people crappy soil, where I think this company will have gone out of business during its startup phase, where if the soil you sold me doesn't work, I'm not going to buy your product, I'm going to tell people your product sucks and then you go out of fucking business. How are you a thing? And then the Pewter Group, where I think this is a security consultant. And once again, it makes the same fucking mistakes that Acheron made. And then the last thing is the Enlightened Society of the Weeping Moon, where it's
this was actually a cool idea because they stole it from previous books.
What they were trying to do with it was Bohemian Grove. I think that's the direction they were trying to go with it. But once again, you just did not take the step to actually write about Bohemian Grove by another name.
If I remember correctly, I saw this in an earlier book. Now, this may be from a 5th edition book or from earlier, but basically they said, what if there was a moon cult of werewolves? Or there was a cult of people that worship the moon and try to infect werewolves through that.
And that's what this is. But if you're worshiping Luna, where Luna is a thing that gives you powers, wouldn't you just receive the attention of Luna and not the Wyrm?
Here's the idea, though. Here's the idea, though. Like they tried to do to one of the other bookstores where they corrupted Avatar Jupiter, they try to corrupt Luna through a corrupted ritual that keeps sending basically banal energy towards her.
And doesn't that make more sense?
That is a cool idea, and it basically means destroy these cults before they try to corrupt Luna.
Where they're trying to corrupt the Celestials, they're trying to corrupt the planets, and once again, there's no other products out there. So, Kyle, Ryan, does this come across as a threat? Does the Pentex in this book sound threatening at all?
No.
And how the fuck are they still around this company? In 2025, where this shit gets exposed within a day.
And Ends would be bored with them.
Yes. Where
Grim would be bored with them.
That's the thing with Insta Road in our live play. Pentex isn't what it used to be. Why the fuck am I still fighting?
I'm being real here. A player, I'm not even thinking hard and I'm figuring out solutions for these combinations, which is bad. If you cannot have to think and you figure out how to beat these corporations, they're terrible corporations. And
then the next chapter is just going into a bunch of like the faces of the Tragic Wyrm and all the Banes. And Kyle, does anyone actually care about this?
I don't think so. No.
When was the last time you heard of somebody using a Meldrin Incarnate in a Werewolf game?
A Meldrin Incarnate? They're not supposed to be. They're like in-game monsters.
Yes. Last week. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for the counter signal. Very cool.
Yes.
I got you. That's what I'm here for.
Now, with this, it has this whole section about the Meldrin Incarnate, but in past editions, Kyle, we got to know what the Meldrin Incarnate were like as characters. Here we just get a clinical list of what they do, and that's it. It's that scene from How to Tame Your Dragon where we get a list of to all the dragon's abilities without actually knowing who the dragons are. That's it.
Yeah. Example, because people forget this here. Every one of these Magic Arcana were once people.
And they're their own characters too. They have their own goals. They have their own things that they want to accomplish. We don't get that. Don't get it.
The Urge of Violence was a Viking warlord.
who killed so many people and fucking descended in becoming the Melgen Incarna. And Kyle also in this book, the consumption worm is just here. It's just here. The Croton sacrifice never happened, and the Croton just never existed.
That sucks, and I hate that.
Yeah, it's just here where
literally one of the greatest,
one of the favorite plot points of the original run. It's just gone.
One of the greatest tragedies in Werewolf the Apocalypse was the sacrifice of the Croatan to stop the consumption worm.
I think it's here.
That's up there with the massacre of the Bunyip. That's up there with the corruption of the White Howlers. Like, you can't just gut a fucking lore like that. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Hold on. I don't know why they're doing this either, because I haven't read the book, so I'm going to count on you, Johnny. These are in-game protagonists. If you somehow were able to beat one of these urges, the whole world will be affected. If the urge of hatred was to go down, all the world violence would go down.
It would remove the concept by killing them.
Well, not really, but it will go down.
Yes. You'll see a massive change in the world, and it's like a mage casting a spell that causes a shitload of paradox affecting.
Yeah, this is an archmage, an oracle, doing some of their magic directly if a urge was to go bye-bye.
And this is why becoming an archmage and saying, I think there should be world peace, results in massive fucking paradox and backlash like that. And the only people that can actually accomplish this shit are ironically enough the Kuei Jin.
Yeah, the Kuei Jin can get fucked.
Now that the consumption worm is back, Kyle, you want to see what the paragraph and 2-sentence description of the consumption worm is?
They brought back the consumption worm?
The consumption worm. Now the consumption worm is here. Let's find out what the consumption worm is doing. Let me just read this verbatim. All right. We consume, we want to own, and we want to destroy. Nothing is ever enough for us. There's always more, and we need to have it, no matter what it does to us. The consumption worm, eater of souls, represents the empty hole in the center of the worm. The endless need driving it forward. It's associated with the Weaver, and its desire to bring everything under its control and worshipped by the Black Spiral Dancers, Philax and Ragabash, who want to hate everything. The Eater of Souls is the spirit of capitalism. I can't read past that. I can't.
No. What the fuck?
I can't. I'm cringing too hard. It's page 79. The Eater of Souls is the spirit of capitalism, the idea of endless growth, acquisition, and wealth.
That's not the urge worm. The urge worm is endless hunger. Hunger without ending.
And you're boiling it down to one aspect of consumption. And this is some fucking tanky shit, too.
So it's capitalism because that's what you do when you're at the capitalist country is you consume.
I have a better description for the urge. I have a better description for the consumption one. I have a better one. Hold on. Let me say this in here. It is the beast that will eat till it explodes and still eat its remnants and still eat its exploded remnants.
That's the
and
fucking
still crave
thing.
More.
It's the consumption worm, the Eater of Souls. It takes and doesn't give back. That's the point of the Eater of Souls. That's what it does, and that's why it's the only face of the Tretic worm that can successfully start the apocalypse and end it.
Yeah, canonically, it never died. Let's be real quick here. It never died. They just had to sacrifice a whole tribe to banish it back to the Malpheus.
To Malpheus,
It's down Malpheus, and the other faces of the worm have no interest in bringing it back, because Defiler and Beast of War could do it, but Beast of War is just an almighty idiot by nature, and Defiler is in no rush to bring consumption back, because if consumption does come back, it's apocalypse, and the Defiler worm doesn't have an interest in starting the apocalypse. Because if apocalypse does happen, Defiler's purpose has been served, and Defiler no longer needs to exist.
Yeah, the Beast of War is destruction made man. You know what I'm not. You know what? We're wasting our breath on this. They don't understand what it means. The word.
No, you don't understand what the fuck the Trike Worm is, so what the fuck are you even writing about it? And that's it. So, and same thing too, like the urge of cruelty, the urge of violence. We're told like the basic Wikipedia concept about what they are. And there's also a fucking glitch in the book where the picture on page A2 is like plastered over the fucking text.
Phenomenal.
That's on That's on our edition.
Yeah, where
I know there was some weird formatting in this book.
A lot is too. Like bring back Eileen Miles. Bring her back.
Hold on, I just want to check something here because there was this thing, the worm, the urge of what? Hold on.
It's the urge worms and all the fucking shit that nobody really cares about. That's why we're not spending that much time in this segment.
I just want to make one thing here. Why does the urge worm of paranoia look like a Catholic priest?
Yes. With no head.
Great.
Right. Catharsis is about, okay, well, how about this, you fucking secularist piece of shit? What system did you have that can replace it? You want to talk about replacing your system? Look at the fucking United Kingdom right now after you got rid of Christianity.
The what?
See what the fuck looks like. Man who set his house on fire is surprised to see that he has no home.
It's true.
Yes.
Amazing. Fucking hate you pieces of shit. You have nothing to provide to the conversation.
Now, hold on, let's see if they ever made the Bane cults actually
I'm
good.
sorry.
Because those
I'll try
were
better.
interesting.
No, I wasn't talking about you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh my god.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, guys.
Still though, I would think the urge the urge of a lie would have fit the definition of Christianity better, but I don't know.
Now, we also have a Bane cult. We have worm cults in this book, Kyle, on the next segment. The Bane cult in question, it is a bunch of racists that want to bring the Confederate States of America back, and that's the one example you get.
That's
You're joking,
dumb.
right?
How smooth-brained is it? How long did it take you to think of that?
How? I don't
Right.
know. The same amount of time it took me to build, a bunch of clan members to get haplessly gunned down in Appalachia.
And all they're saying about this too is that this Bane group is just a bunch of people that just want to bring back slavery, and like you want to boil down the Civil War to that. Where was slavery
I'm
a big
Uncle
part of,
Ruckus, no relation.
was slavery a big part of the Civil War? Yes, but there was an actual nuanced reason as to why it happened. It was to decide how much power the federal government should have over the fucking states. Now, you say it was about states' rights. Well, states' rights to what? I mean, I know that's the argument, but you're missing the forest for fucking trees.
Look,
here.
I agree with you there. Many people do get to misunderstand here about the Confederate flag. Yes, was it in the doctrine about slavery? Yes, but did the average person, who couldn't afford a slave within 10 years know that? Because could they read? No, they didn't.
Only not everybody in the CSA owned slaves either.
Yeah, only the rich people in charge wanted that, and the rich people in charge, surprise, surprise, wrote it.
Where most people that were fighting on the Confederate Army were just people that were just trying to live their fucking lives.
Yeah, you have to remember. These people are dumb. They don't understand the difference between the people who actually ran everything and actually did the exact evils, and the senseless masses they drove into that dumbassery.
And then how did the Civil War end? The federal government bloated to such an immense size that nothing can ever fucking challenge the executive branch of the United States. And that's the world we live in now, and now we're seeing the complicated shit that's coming from it. Today.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. We had systems in place to stop corruption, but corruption slowly got into the government.
And the executive branch is just finding more and more ways to circumvent it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Where it's making me wonder, it's making me ask an honest question. Why do we even have a Congress and House of Representatives anymore? Last point.
Give more companies room to get their greasy little fingers into the cogs of government.
Because by this point,
to get the illusion of a working government.
The illusion of power, yes, because the executive order overrides everything. So what the fuck's the point?
I'm starting to agree more with Sean every single day, where we don't need a government anymore.
I wouldn't go that far. Calm down.
Well, Sean's ultimate goal is that he wants the Italians to take over the world.
It's
conflict of interest too because Sean's Italian.
I'm sad too. I know they're going to fuck up the mockery breeds. They're going to ruin the mockery breeds.
The mockery breeds. Well, no,
are they even in this book?
Not as badly as they fuck up the Fomorei. Now,
what do they do to the Fomorei?
Starting at page 103 and going to 104. Fomorei communities. While Fomorei usually manifest as solitary individuals, there are more than a few examples of the Fomorei spawning into a thriving with larger groups. After all, fear and pain they feed off of can infest groups just as they do with individuals. And a community can also serve as a support structure for a new Fomorei to establish both purpose and identity after the possession has settled. After all, there is no one who really understands you like your fellow Fomorei. These communities are always twisted by the Fomorei themselves.
So we have a
I
bad
just
guy
say-
support group? What the fuck
The
is this?
bad guy
hold on.
support group.
Just
No,
because you are a
I
bad
think
guy does not mean you are a bad guy.
you're a
What
bad
the
guy.
fuck?
I'm being real here. I think I know what happened here. Because they see, and again, this is my assuming, because of their description of their subsequent communities, these type of people who says that our group's community or this group's community assumes the Fomorei work the exact same way. They don't.
Oh,
They
because
fundamentally don't.
in the original, Fomorei was a man whose soul, his own soul, was destroyed by the Wyrm, and a demon took its place. This was a
Yeah,
person
no.
who was beyond saving. You couldn't reason with them. You couldn't delay anything with them. The only option you had was to put them down, and
Yeah,
that's it.
Here's the thing with Fomorei. People forget this here. Most spirits aren't sentient per se. So when a Fomorei, aka Bane, consumes a person, they take on that person's mannerisms and personality, but that's not the actual person.
Yes, and
The
then
person died.
these people are gone. They're gone. They can't form relationships because it's a being that is, I don't say the word literally, without empathy. They
Yeah,
have no sense of empathy. They have no sense of human understanding. They just mimic people, and there's something fundamentally wrong with a person when they are a Fomorei. You can identify that there's something wrong.
In the
Yeah,
Freak
it's like
Legion book, I forget what it is, but it's a 7-dot merit where you, as a Fomorei, you retain who you are as a person. And if everyone gets out, you are killed because the Fomorei is supposed to take over your body. You're not supposed
Yes,
to be you anymore.
it's skin rights. Now, and Kyle, you remember at the start of the Freak Legion book too, where they had the comic where the guy gets possessed.
Yep.
And,
And he kills his wife and kid by throwing up worms on them that eat their flesh. And then he gets picked up by
Yes.
Pentex.
Yes.
We can help you, Martin.
So
Oh,
once again,
right.
this is a book that's trying to make the fucking Fomorei sympathetic. You can't do that.
No.
You can't fucking do
I
this.
just realized one giant problem. In this modern day, how can you make Fomorei anymore without the whole world finding out? Because that's how these Pentex got Fomorei. They would take the world, and when a Fomorei happened, the Fomorei would get up and go to Pentex, or a Pentex operative would go to the Fomorei and pick them up.
And earlier in the book too, it said in this that the machinations of the Wyrm are usually thrown off by the forces of the Wyrm fighting each other for control over the plan, or just because they've gone insane. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that the Wyrm is interfering with its own plans while having the Fomorei support group. You can't do that.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
the
the closest
Fomorei-
thing you have to that is a Fomorei family, but they abuse each other.
Yes,
And-
and you remember reading that section of the book where Kyle, you felt that fucking knot forming in your stomach when you were reading that.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
I can't believe just how much this fucking sucks, dude.
It's bad. It's really fucking
The
bad.
Fomorei are
But,
supposed to be sophisticated.
now you're ready for the cock up on the mockery breeds because you have a whole two. You have a whole two mockery breeds, and that's it.
What do you mean two? There's 5.
Where oh no, there's just two now.
There's the
There's
were
two.
roaches, the were frogs, were toads,
Now
were
you don't
rhinos.
get to have fun with the cockroach anymore. It's just werewolves, and monkeys.
I like my
Werewolves?
the were roaches were fun though.
Greed. We had a
Yeah.
roach in the Friday game. You talked with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I like them. They're fun. And surprise, surprise, people who might know this, the were roaches actually lean to the wild, not the worm.
Yes. Where even though Pentex made them, they're trying to resist the influence of the Wyrm. And that's why Cockroach took pity on them and brought them into the fucking Glass Workers.
Yeah,
at least the ones
that's
that got
just
smart
why.
and infected.
Yeah, and this is why if your pack totem is cockroach, he will tell you to protect and get were cockroaches out of harm's way.
So with the Fomorei with the market breeds, the first one's the werewolf. Now hold on a minute, we automatically have an issue with it being the werewolf. Kyle, how are werewolves made in 5e?
In 5e?
You just become one spontaneously.
No. That's not how that works. Gaia herself chooses you because you are a special warrior.
And the prerequisites of being a warrior can be just whatever the fuck Gaia wants it to be.
That
Yes.
fucking
This is one of the reasons
sucks.
I hate. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I hate fifth edition because it means God Himself chose each one of those werewolves. Where the fuck do where werewolves come into this? How do they come in here?
And that's the thing too, because this book says they're made through genetic cloning. Now hold on a minute. You got rid of that shit. You said that a Hamed can't make another Hamed, a Lupus can't make another Lupus, and the Menace is out of the equation entirely. And if Gaia is just spontaneously making people werewolves, those kids don't become werewolves. So how the fuck is there a genetic element to this at all in this continuity?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Neither do the other shape changers. All right, if Gaia made that one, does that mean the were apes were made by the worms? But the worms locked away. Explain.
Which is why I'm saying this too, because apparently the werewolves now just all Lupus. Where you just make a genetic wolf and it just goes around and it turns into Crass form. It can't go into a Hamed form. And it just goes around and it's just a shittier version of a werewolf that goes down in a whole 2 hits. And that's it. And then you have... They don't call him the Yeren anymore because Yeren is a cultural world. We can't use it. We just call him the Ape Shifter.
Isn't Yeren the Chinese word for ape?
Yes, we can't have anything Chinese in this book. It's got to be the Ape Shifter.
Again, let me be clear here. I don't know exactly what Yeren translates to, but I'm pretty sure that's Chinese for ape.
And the only fucking thing that the ape folk do is they attend business meetings. That's it.
To be fair, canonically, the Yeren was supposed to be the shape changers, but for the corporate side of Pentex.
And they could throw hands if they got cornered.
Yeah, they were meant to be corporate middlemen to counter werewolves when they hit the corporate offices.
And the example we get of a Yeren in this book is the Lord of the Ape Club, where it's the guy that sells NFTs.
I hate you.
Clever fucking joke, guys. You referenced the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Amazing, wonderful. I'm so glad you dated this fucking book with this stupid fucking idea that went nowhere.
I hate this.
I want to remind people that I am selling NFTs.
Of Stickman.
Kill yourself.
The grim NFT.
Yeah.
I currently have a Kyle NFT and a regular person NFT.
Hey, yo, for real, can I get a 2% stake? I'll give you $50.
I got you.
Hell yeah.
I got your fam.
I don't know how the fuck NFTs work.
Now, the BSDs. Alright, so how the fuck are the Black Spell Dancers even supposed to work in this? Does anyone have any ideas as to how the fuck this could work?
Yeah, hey, hold on. First of all, where did the Black Spell Dancers even come from if they're all chosen by Gaia?
Yeah, you took it a White Howler story, didn't you?
No, they still mention the White Howlers in this book.
So
yeah, but
all that fucking happens with the BSDs is that you are a werewolf, but you just side with the worm, and that's it. There's the actual like fucking Black Sparrow dance. You don't have to do it anymore.
That sucks.
The whole, but define the fucking covenant between you and the worm. That's no longer a step. That's no longer necessary. If you want to become a BSD, you just need to say that you are, and now you are.
That fucking sucks.
It's that easy. And there's a whole like cult section in this book too, where going beyond like the fucking Confederate bullshit. This is a version of camps where it's called the Strontium Howl, where all they do is that they take an engine and just let it run forever, and it just pollutes the air, and then that's it. That's the goal.
Dumb.
We just keep this engine going forever, and when it stops, we start up again, and that's our motivation. Amazing. And Zizek is apparently one now, where she is no longer the chosen of the Green Dragon. She's now a woman that keeps a disassembled car's engine running forever. And that's it now. So how fucking lame is this?
This sucks.
Very lame, because she's supposed to be this warmongering pack lord who leads hordes of Black Sparrows into devastating Karen after Karen.
And that's it. And she has 9 levels of health, 10 levels of willpower. Her brawl pool is 14, melee is 14. But her dodge pool is a whole 12.
Hold on, what? Let me get here.
So what's stopping me from just shooting, going in with the guns bill and just shooting her?
None.
That's it.
Nothing.
Her weakness is just fucking guns. All you just gotta do is just shoot her, and then that's it. That's the plan.
Canonically, to be fair, let's be real here. I will make this a real quick here. They made these character stats. The canonical stats for these monsters did not count in for mid maxers.
No. Yes. And then you have the Death Talents who are just Black Spell Dancer serial killers that just go around and just kill people, and that's it. And
Black Sparrow literally Death Talents are just Black Sparrow spec ops.
So what they were doing already.
Yeah.
In the previous editions.
Literally just basically rank 3 Black Sparrow Dancers. That's
all it is, yes. And then you have the Poison Spawn, who are Black Sparrows that, if I understand this right, just their only goal is just make money. And I'm looking at this section. Kyle, that's it.
That's it?
That says, yeah, you just go in and you just get paid, and that's the plan.
Damn, this seems like you could, really easily infiltrate, disrupt, and sabotage.
You just go in. I don't know, the fucking corporate wolves like to call you.
Yeah. Oh, and no, you're not gonna see their my friend, because they reduce how to dance the Black Sparrow into less than a paragraph. Not even a full paragraph.
Is that fucking easy?
And this is why I hate this term, because they're ruining this word for me. It's community.
Yes. The Black Spiral Dancer community. The I sold my soul to the devil community.
The thing with the Black Spiral Dancers, how to dance the spiral is because this is the thing people forget this year, is you willingly have to give up your soul. You willingly have to name darkness as your master. This is all a choice at the end of the day. No one forces this upon you.
Yes. And I don't know how many times did fucking Black Spiral Dancers fight each other? A lot, right?
Yes.
And like in Rage Across Australia, which I used for the fucking Friday game, Cohorts in Blood backstabs Moonscreamer because she thinks Moonscreamer's ideas are outdated and no longer reflect the real goals of the Wyrm.
Oh yeah, and this is one of the most dumbest things in this passage. I'm sorry if I jumped ahead here. They said how they kill the old coats or the gray coats because the new ones in charge are gonna know what they're doing. No, that's not how that works.
No.
The old ones stay in charge until you have the balls to beat them in a fight, which most can't.
So is this like the fucking Sabbat where you just kill the elders now?
The Sabbat, they don't understand the Sabbat either, because they just think, oh, they hate anything that's old. No, they hate the elders. They hate the antediluvians. They don't hate anyone that's old.
We go from the Black Spiral Dancers to the Black Sabbat Dancers, and that's basically what this is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They don't understand what it means to dance the Black Spiral.
No, they don't understand what the fuck this book is supposed to be. Because the fucking LARP is that you're playing with all these fucking snowflakes that don't want to go down the dark road that Werewolf Apocalypse is supposed to take you down.
To be fair, I'm going to be very fair in this one instance here. I'm not expecting you, the DM or the player characters, to describe how you break someone's limbs. I'm not going to expect you to do that. But at the end of the day, I at the DM is going to tell you, when you run across the Black Spiral Dancer, I will describe to you as he left the mother, the child, and the father's corpses spun around, their entrails used to make decorations. This is a fucked up scene that you will have to willpower to look at.
Exactly that. Which is what fucking Kyle did with our live play with fucking Tube Stick.
Yes.
Where we got into that. We did like go into the level of tasteless, but we let the fucked up details be known.
Yes,
yeah.
we had like the whole. I think we did it like a dream sequence. So like, this is part of Ends the Road's trauma. She thinks about it a lot, and then like part of her overcoming that was falling in love with Ham, and then after that, who knows? But there's still a lot more to unpack with Ends the Road, which we may get to depending on how next session goes.
Mm-hmm. And that's all I'm going to fucking give attention to. Now let's go into the supposed Weaver turns evil segment, because she does.
Oh, they fucked up. Oh yeah, they fucked up Hives, but you get the point. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
So, but the Weaver, was the Weaver already a good person, Ryan?
No.
Yes.
The Weaver. Alright, well, explain to me how the Weaver is the hero of the Apocalypse.
They created technology.
Well, there you have it. You got me sold.
We have technology.
We have the technology.
Okay, then. All right, now give her actual real answer.
They help the Glasswalkers do Glasswalker things.
And the Glasswalkers are pussies anyway.
That is, the Glassworkers are about to lose their fucking minds and become NPCs. We're just looking.
Made the web.
As where there is no real redeeming factor to the Weaver issue, where she's ultimately this control freak, where her ultimate goal is to spray glue the entire planet.
Yes.
Where, basically the plot of the Lego Movie, as we've said many times.
Yeah, they want stasis for everything.
She's waiting for the planet to become absolutely perfect, and then she's going to lay down the spray glue, and then everything's just going to stay the way it is forever. As in stasis, I mean no life on the planet stasis. Everything is just going to freeze forever. And the Weaver is just going to look at you until time ends, which will never happen.
Because everything stops.
And that's it. That's what the Weaver fucking wants. And so the Weaver was already a bad person, so, this was always served up to you on a silver platter, right? Instead, the book goes into some sort of rant saying the Weaver and the Wyrm are basically the same entity.
No,
and that the Weaver the Weaver might have never actually bound the Wyrm, and that this might have just been a metaphorical story where, the whole cosmology of Werewolf the Apocalypse might just be bullshit, according to these people.
Oh, they messed up the description of the wild.
And they're also trying to say that the Red Talons are the highest objectors to the Weaver, which they are, but I thought the Red Talons were the nice werewolves in this book. I kind of did a whole Paradox Interactive What Werewolf Are You test, and I was trying to get the Child of Gaia as my result. I got the Red Talons.
That's kind of fucking ridiculous.
Where they tried making the Red Talons nice. So are we trying to make the Red Talons like they were in the past again? Are you countersignaling here, book? Come on, wake up.
No, hold on. I just realized something with reading the wild. Again, I'm jumping ahead because...
hold that thought until we get to it.
Okay. Yep.
And then with the Weaver, there's no real actual... it doesn't actually go anywhere. It says, we got Eternal Eye, which is basically digital eye or computer or machine messiah. You already know these guys. And there's a spirit in here called the Snitch Bird, where we already had this in previous editions. Now, there was one good idea in this called Terminus, where... To explain it to you, it is the spirit of misanthropy, not misanthropy, misanthropic.
Well, yeah.
What? No, I'm trying the present tense version of misanthropic. I think.
No, misanthropic is an adjective. There isn't a present tense.
No, it is
version
misanthropy. Okay, I'll say
it
of misanthropy. Okay.
The noun version of it, yes.
That's basically what the Terminus is supposed to be. Where Terminus is this guy that says, I believe that in order to help the Weaver achieve her goal, all of humanity needs to stop interacting with each other. And you could have gone somewhere with that because kind of we're seeing that today with the whole dead internet theory.
Yes.
Where everyone on the internet has just gone into their own fucking hug boxes. Nobody actually talks with each other.
Oh, yeah, that's a real thing, definitely.
Where, like fucking 4chan's dead, Twitter's dead, Tumblr's dead, Blue Sky died before it even became a site.
I know a couple of people that use it. I mean, I have Twitter just because I just get new memes.
I just want to clarify, that doesn't mean it's not dead. When we say that it's dead, it means nobody new goes there. It's always the same people.
That's true, yes.
That's it, where everybody's just going into their hug boxes filled by AI and character AI, and that's it.
I don't know. Blue Sky just got one new person.
Just got one new guy.
AI.
We get a new guy a month. That's our rate. And for the Merrick's, so I thought that the idea of Terminus was interesting, but once again, you don't go anywhere with it. You just bring up the idea and then don't actually expand upon it. So cool, you finally had a good idea, and then you didn't expand it. Now for the wild. Okay, now what I thought when I first heard about this, the idea of the wild going evil. Okay, I was thinking, maybe you're supposed to go grimdark, where you're trying to go like 40k levels of darkness. And that level of nihilism. But no, the wild is just going about business as it was already.
And
Amazing.
They don't get the wild at all either.
Where read what the two Melgen Incarna, what the two wild Incarna are in this book. Don't go into like the full paragraphs, but what are their names?
The major Arcana for this book?
Yeah, that for the wild.
Frostbite and Direwolf.
It's Lightless Storm is the Incarna.
Oh, Lightless Storm. Oh, that's. Hold on, let me read this.
So did you mean to describe the Eater of Souls with Lightless Storm? Because you described the Eater of Souls. No, not the Eater of Souls, the Storm Eater. That's who you described.
Yeah, I just want to be real clear. Yeah, that is shit. No, that literally sounds like the Primordial Storm, the actual Bane Storm.
It sounds like a Storm Eater, right? The villain of Werewolf of the Wild West. That's just a Storm Eater.
An actual Bane that basically became a Primordial Storm.
And then at a page down, they have the Black Death, where Kyle, does a human-killing disease, is that of the wild?
That's the Weaver. That's the Wyrm.
That's the Wyrm,
if it's entropy,
motherfucker. That's the Wyrm.
What? Yeah, that's the part. Why is diseases in the wild?
You are so fucking stupid. How the fuck did you get this wrong? The wild is not nature itself. I don't know why the fuck you said this. That reflects Gaia. The wild is just creation. The wild is evolution. How does a virus that kills people be of the wild?
You hit the nail on the head because they don't understand the wild. So I'm about to go further on this tangent a little bit here. They describe the wild as nature itself. I'm sitting here. No, that is Gaia. The wild is primordial creation, unending chaos.
It puts the fries in the bag, it makes something new, and then that's it. That's all it does. The Weaver and the Wyrm take that and give it purpose. If you're talking about your hurricanes destroying shit, that's the Wyrm. If you're talking about your diseases, that's the Wyrm. If you're talking about weapons, that's the Weaver.
They say, no, they describe it like this when you're like, oh, human may have mastered technology to stave off hunger and living in nature. It's like, no, that is Gaia. That is not the fucking wild.
The Gaia just flips a switch and just lets the machine run as it is. The wild makes stuff. If you want to talk about the wild doing shit, read the Book of the Wild. Read how the wild is actually a spirit of evolution instead. How the wild doesn't kill you. It just hurts you really, really badly by turning you into a monster that you would no longer recognize. But you're not malformed and disgusting like what the Wyrm does. You're just something entirely new and unknowable, like the fucking like Tzeentch, for example, from Tzeentch from 40K.
Hold on, not quite. The wild, and this is the best. This is a fucked up description, but an honest description of the wild. The wild is cancer without end.
It just makes, but the cancer doesn't kill you.
No, it just grows and grows, and then you become Deadpool, I guess.
Yeah. And nothing really dies either. Just stuff exists, and that's it. Kyle, if you want a perfect example of what a future controlled by the wild would look like, Cruelty Squad.
By the wild? No, that's Weaver. That's Weaver and
Wyrm.
No,
that's the wild because it's a world where no one dies.
Unless you're the DNA scrambler, but you know.
That's what it is. That's what I'm saying is that life just exists perpetually. Where, forget the technological element of Cruelty Squad. If life just keeps making itself and no one ever dies, then what's the value of life?
Yeah, to describe it for the people who hasn't finally clicked for them, the wild, yes, it's raw creation, but it's also raw chaos too. It is the energy that doesn't exist at the same time does exist. One of my favorite spirits behind it is potential. It's actually a spirit that is constantly fire, then water, then earth, then wind, then the element that never existed, then another element that never existed, then back to fire.
And then when you go into Flux, Ryan, as we described it in the past, it's the YouTube poop dimension where stuff is just happening all the time for no reason. It is
raw madness. This is why the wild is called madness.
Exactly what
it overloads all your senses and your mind.
So don't write about the wild if you don't fucking know what the wild is supposed to be. Dead ass.
These fuckers don't.
What the fuck? Going with an entirely new team of writers, that was a good idea, but fucking hire fans. Hire people that played the previous edition. Not just the fucking LARP, because the LARP does not reflect the game.
What do you mean? You act like these people actually played werewolf. They played vampire only. That's obvious.
You read the wiki. Congratulations, you read the wiki.
No, they didn't.
Amazing.
If they read the wiki, they would even knew at least bare half of this shit to be corrected.
You have had
They didn't even read the
an
wiki.
idea of what the world is supposed to be.
Yeah.
This has got me so This got me riled up. It's just such. It's even in isolation. This book just fucking sucks. Where it's just a stupid, poor reflection about what the real world and what life is supposed to be. Such a dumb idea. And the last chapter of this book, it's just random battleground ideas. Where Kyle, you can have a fight in a jail. A jail, Kyle. You want to fight in a jail?
I don't know. Prison fight might go hard, but I don't know why you'd want to spend a whole fucking werewolf game in jail.
Or you just go to a pharmaceutical lab and have a fight there. Or what the fuck else is in this?
So this whole thing is just go to place and kill the bads.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's also there's the image of somebody going Krynos during a riot.
Yes, in public, in front of other people.
Well, I mean,
That's
it
how
did
you
say that the
die.
veils cease to exist now that camera phones are readily available.
And that's it. So
I hate that too. They
Does that
act
ain't-
like the technocracy doesn't control camera phones because that's literally doesn't matter if you have it live streamed. The technocracy will just immediately cut connection.
they do what you did in the last episode of the live play, where the syndicate member calls the police. You're surrounded.
Yeah, exactly.
End
He was
of
like,
story.
oh, I've got mine in correspondence. I know exactly who to call, and I know exactly how to reach him.
And I don't even
That's
need to
the
touch the
thing with-
fucking phone to do it.
Yep.
This is the action. That's why technocracy are very scary because
Yes.
everybody relies on technology every day. Meaning, if you use the internet to do everything, the one person that controls the internet basically controls society. Technocracy.
Something that got me pissed in this as a gun enthusiast is that page 146, one of the places to fight and have a scene is the gun show.
Cool.
And the whole thing is just dedicated to this one like big anti-gun message and agenda that somebody has. And the villain of this is a YouTuber that talks about guns. And that's it. That's his character.
So you made the enemy Grand Thumb or Wendigoon.
You made the enemy of the Chronicle Wendigoon.
If you think Wendigoon is an enemy, you have no soul. Wendigoon is a saint.
Fucking In Praise of Shadows made a hit piece about him and ruined his YouTube career off of that video. You people never fucking learn.
I don't.
And then-
Isn't he on the Unsubscribed podcast with the fat electrician?
What the fuck? Like fucking In Praise of Shadows. Well, that man looked exactly like I thought he was going to look.
Oh, what, the fat
He looked
electrician?
No, In Praise of Shadows.
Oh,
That fucking like creepy haircut and the creepy mustache.
great. But
Just
no,
how he was like.
how the fuck
posture.
what do you even use to write a hit piece on Wendigoon? He's like one of the most genuine people there.
One of his points was that he wore a Hawaiian shirt and the Boogaloo Boys wore Hawaiian shirts, therefore he supports them.
Yeah,
Are you joking?
I'm not even shitting you.
So if I wear a blue polo, that makes me a Proud Boy? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's basically saying anyone that wears white is a fucking KKK member.
Or anyone who's bald is a skinhead.
It's ridiculous.
That's so
It
dumb.
is.
With the amount of bald black people, that's a dumb
This is
statement.
how mentally ill the left is, Kyle. This is how mentally
I will
ill they
say,
are.
though, I did actually meet a Boogaloo Boy when I worked at Micro Center. It was the funniest interaction I've ever had, and it was so much fun talking. He comes in with his girlfriend, and he's wearing a red shirt with, like, Hawaiian flowers and RPKs on it. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. He showed me pictures of him with his dad training in kit, and I'm like, this is the most based motherfucker I've ever talked to.
And then page 159, it's just 2 pre-written adventures, but it's 5E's writing, and you know what the fucking visual novels look like. You know what this looks like. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna fucking run this.
Exactly.
Nobody gives. And then we get more reused pictures where the pictures we've always seen twice in this book get used for a 3rd time, and that's it. That's the end of the book. We're closing it. We're done.
Yep.
No more Wyrmtide. No more Wyrmtide.
We even have another hour. We can keep going for another good couple minutes.
We're going to talk about like if you actually made a fucking good product, what it looked like. Kind of like set my copy of Real 5th Edition on fire. This one I blow apart with the shotgun.
You
You're joking.
shot this one?
No, if I had a physical copy, I would.
Wait, do you have a shotgun?
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yes, it's
He
not worth
lives
the
in North
fucking
Carolina.
shell.
Oh yeah,
He
you're
lives in North
right. You're
Carolina.
right.
Do you think he has a shotgun? Really?
Fair.
Yes. You think someone as crazy as me? No, you just build it with PVC pipe and that's it.
Oh, you do it like
Of
the
course
dude
he has
that
a
killed
shotgun. This is
Shinzo Abe.
Carolina.
Yes.
This is no, hold on. This is the Carolinas. Of course he has a shotgun.
That's
And,
fair.
So how can we make this book not suck?
You
Yeah,
literally just
I
make
have
Book of the
a-
Wyrm 3.5. You keep all the original shit. You maybe like move the generation down a little bit. Like maybe some of the organizations shifted around at King. Like one of the kings by marriage, maybe add some dirt on one of the other ones, or maybe Jeremy King's
Like,
dad
with a
finally passes
sustainable business
away.
practice.
What up?
Like make a company with a sustainable business practice.
Yep, maybe
here's an
Tellus has
idea.
actually wormed their way into like providing business machines for the private sector, or for like small local governments, and using it that way. Black Dog releases a really shit version of a game in order to get players to go crazy and make YouTube videos about it. There's a whole lot of things you could do.
Here's something that can work in modern day, and if you want to be, because I have to share some ideas, because this idea I didn't even think about it for less than a minute. So you want to have a Pentex enemy in modern day. Because everybody has a cell phone, let's work with this idea. There is a Fomorei, no, a Bane that lives on the internet that spreads nothing but hate. That's literally an idea. A Bane that spreads nothing but through the internet.
That
Boom.
sounds pretty. That sounds like just the internet in general.
Yeah, but this Bane actually affects you through the internet because because remember, this is World of Darkness. They have magic beer that infects you.
Magic beer?
That is a real thing. There is
beer.
tainted beer that will turn you into a Fomorei.
Yeah.
That is a real thing.
I know. That's what King Breweries is all about.
Yeah, this is basically that, but the internet version, it's called Black Site.
Okay.
Or same thing with that too, where if you want to stay away from like environmentalism for a minute and like focus on like corruption of people, I just need to bring up a name. TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Or
Yes. It just writes itself.
Same ends
Or
that
how about
Tellus
this
are
one?
going for, I think.
Yeah.
This is a better idea. If you don't want to use the internet, how about this one for an idea? Instigate. Hear me out. This is the Fomorei. This is a Fomorei. It's called Instigate. Its ability is to shape change to anyone and anything, and is meant to go public doing dumb shit to start fights between people. Instigate.
Mm-hmm.
Literally starts race wars. Literally starts riots. Instigate. Oh god, that's actually a terrifying Fomorei.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat to try and like work against. Would it? So it's a type of Fomorei mostly.
Yeah, it's the Fomorei that shape changes to look like someone, then starts a fight. Basically, when two sides are very heated, this one starts a fight every time.
See, I like the idea of
makes
it being. I know we were trying to get away from technology. I like the idea of Instigate being a phone app where it rewards people for having inflammatory videos like Live Leak, but more general audience.
Yeah.
My snuff. You gotta watch my
And
snuff.
guess what? These monsters, aren't easy to beat even if you think about it. Because guess what? The monster behind the camera won't stay in one place. They maneuver, they run around, causing much problems.
You need somebody who's really good at tracking down Banes or tracking down Banes from where to find it.
So here's our anti-humans portion of the episode where Ryan, what's your thought? Ryan's got an idea.
Bro, typing.
Ryan muted.
No, he's typing something out.
Yeah,
But
stop. So to prove that not even me, but just AI can write a fucking better story than these jokers can. So I just went over to fucking ChatGPT and I said, "Here, make a subsidiary for Pentex. Just make one." And I like the name it made for it. It's called Vacuum Dry.
what the fuck is that?
Now I thought it was going to be like an evil vacuum company, but no, it's actually something else. It's a VR company. What it does?
Oh no, that
It is a
good idea.
It is a software engineer that makes stuff like VR chat and Second Life that's made to slowly get you to hate the real world and want to live into the virtual reality world.
I mean, isn't that what Iteration X is doing? Or no, isn't that what the virtual adapts are doing?
Well, virtual apps, they at least the virtual apps believe that this is what the world is, that this is what Ascension is supposed to be, that heaven can be made, and that you just need to upload your mind into it. But meanwhile, from a Pentex perspective, it is, we're going to literally extract your soul and trap it in a VR hellhole, and then put a bane in the body that's left behind.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sword Art Online, gotcha.
No,
but the body gets up and then starts acting as the person.
Yeah, this bane is called the takeover. Basically, you know how VR chat is so popular, like stupidly popular.
In furry circles.
It really is. Basically, it takes on a really attractive avatar, and for some magical reason, hear me out. I'm continuing with the story. It's weirdly attractive. And the longer you leave your headset on, the more it fuses with your body. Basically, it injects your body through your headset.
It's the new AI grok anime girlfriend.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, your veins, this is going to get visceral. Your veins turn to copper. Your skin turns to iron. And it just takes you over.
So it's like some weird corrupted hit mark.
Yes.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though. I'm basing this off of something I've seen. The VR thing starts to feel real.
And then once it's got you, once it rips out your soul, then the VR switches from being a paradise to a fucking hellscape that just keeps you there. And borrowing an idea from Amazing Digital Circus, you don't die once it absorbs you. There's no escape from this hell. It's a realm. It's a part of the atrocity realm. You're stuck in it forever once it takes everybody this way.
And your body just turns to a frailing, basically dead corpse as you punch, scream, and just shout at the world.
It puts you in. It's Roko's Basilisk.
And this sounds like a much cooler idea than half the shit they made, because this one actually brings up VR.
And you could go ahead and bring this into a fucking chronicle if you want to. Or
it's like
looking at you actually made more of these. Let's see, what else did the computer make? This one is called Red Star. Where looking at this, this is a fashion company that made. Where it's all this stuff where it's trying to beautify and make a trend out of nihilism. Where Cal, can we get some really emo shit in the chat, please?
What do you mean?
Let's footage of a Mother concert.
What the fuck is that?
So it's this. Let me give you the rundown on it. But this is the fucking gayest shit in the world. Where
so blood on the dance floor.
It's I think it's this. It's not even a fucking rock band. It's just fucking emo shit that started in 2005, and a bunch of all their songs about just how they're Canadian rock band, and all their songs about just how much they fucking hate people and hate themselves and hate each other. And at their fucking concerts, there's videos in the background of people cutting their wrist and bleeding in the bathtubs.
That's
all this shit.
Fucked.
Where it's so edgy, it's gay.
Yeah. Or how about this one here? Because it's based on corrupting people again, the Definer Wyrm idea. I'm not even thinking hard about these, and this is already better than half the shit I've seen. It literally tries to make a twisted Homer fashion. You guys ever seen death metal or death clock?
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know that weird dude who made human leather?
Yes.
I don't remember that episode.
Get the skin of man alive.
Yeah, no, basically there's this one fashion model who made really high quality leather, but it was made through the skin of models.
Oh my god.
You know, in the world of Warhammer 40k, there are no cows, so anytime you see leather
how don't you that's a joke, but there's other things that actually do produce leather. Stop it. But that's a good idea for a because not every Fomorei has to be long term. This could be a one-shot Fomorei that literally skins models to make better suits. This is supposed to be a one-shot Fomorei, a disposable Fomorei.
That makes sense for the Wyrm.
And see, is Ryan back?
I do not know.
Yeah.
Ryan, are you alive?
He's probably muted.
I think he is.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I'm sorry for doing this to you, Johnny. And also, you too, as Cole. The
What
She-Wolf made another appearance.
Wait, what?
She-Wolf.
Oh, wait. I did notice that in the book. Who is she talking to?
Oh no, I'm talking about the trans dude, the trans werewolf.
That.
Wait, what?
There's that fucking character design at the fucking big start of the book where Donnie, I didn't even come across to me as like a trans street character. He just looked like shit. Just looked like fucking shit. Once again, the Black Furies have no power and have no standing in 5e. You took away women's spaces from them. I hope you feel good about that.
Yeah, this is one of the things I do hate about what they did to the Black Furies. It's because werewolves could only be made through reproduction. Women naturally would be produced to just be baby makers, and that's the Black Fury is supposed to be the counter to that.
And now with the medals gone, so what's the argument behind this?
Furry porn.
And that's it. You fucking gooned out of your mind. You became Destiny. That's what happened to you.
You can tell my voice changed because my headphones were getting low in power. The point is, one of the reasons I think they did that was because they wanted you to be able to roleplay whatever type of sexual thing you wanted to be without being shamed by your community.
Where? Oh, here it is. Fucking ChatGPT came up with something based. What's something that Pentex can do today? How about a climate change grift?
Hmm?
How about this?
I mean,
Where-
yeah, it makes sense. They could have just
where,
stopped oil.
And I also have fucking proof today that we're actually in a global cooling period, not a global warming period. But you still have fucking schmuckheads like Bernie Sanders today that say that the world's getting hotter and it's about to boil. And he genuinely believes that the oceans are going to boil at the equator.
I don't think they're going to boil. I mean, like, it's really it's been really hot, and we've been getting a lot of sporadic weather. So
Because it's the summer.
Did you
summer.
guys hear about the news about them trying to produce a 5th edition for Mage?
They're never going to get that shit off the ground. It's going to look like something completely different from Mage.
Yeah, I know we're here at this point. We're just shit posting. I'm sorry, everyone.
But at this point, like, you just need like a Pentex version of Al Gore. That's all you gotta do.
I'm sorry, audience, but we're just gonna be shit posting to the end because there wasn't enough content in the book, and Johnny.
They didn't when they want to make a good book. They didn't want to tell a good story. Is Al Gore still on X?
I have no idea. Is he?
He is. He's on there, and like the fucking Saudi people just paid him. Like no, not Saudi. It's a place called Saudis, and he's still getting paid for this shit. People still believe this fucking guy. How do you have any credibility in 2025?
It was Al Gore again.
I could not tell you.
Al Gore is the former presidential candidate who tried running against George Bush, and he got the popular vote but lost the electoral college. And he's this fucking nutcase that did a whole like inconvenient truth shit, and he uses Hurricane Sandy as his smoking gun evidence for it, and won't let that fucking point go. And now he just goes around and just talks about how the world is about to be destroyed by climate change. And if you disagree with him, he calls you a bigot or a racist. And it's just complete fucking non-sequitur argument. This man is fucking smooth-brained. He doesn't have any actual arguments.
Yeah,
you know what? He run for president back in the day.
He fucking sits for Joe Biden online now.
Oh Jesus!
Really? Shit.
And that's it. The dream's gonna die with him, Al.
We're gonna survive. We're gonna survive.
That's what's gonna fucking happen here. We're in a global cooling period. I combined cool period and cooling and made pooling.
Man, I wish I could just move out I wish I could just move out to the country and not have to deal with this shit.
Where me and Kyle went back and forth about this too. Where Kyle, you do have me on algae. I don't have an answer for that. But for everything else, we're in a global cooling period where the fucking rainforest and jungles are getting cooler. because of all the CO2 in the air, you got bigger plants, bigger trees, healthier trees that are shading the ground and keeping the heat off the fucking surface of the planet.
That's a good thing, though.
Yes. But it does lead to fucking algae like populating and spreading out the ass.
Well, not necessarily.
That is a problem.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, if they're overgrown, then they're blocking the sunlight from reaching the bottom of the forest. In a place like the Amazon, that makes sense. That's how that's supposed to work. But like the decious forests and boreal forests, where you're supposed to have a significant amount of sunlight reach the forest floor in order to help spur plant growth and encourage, insect life to flourish, it disrupts the ecosystem from the bottom up.
At the same time, you can't just cut the tree down.
No.
I mean, yeah, but you gotta.
Oh wait, I just realized something here. Here's an idea for a modern problem for you, and this one isn't even what. This one is the wild, not the weaver or worm. So those plants that's strangling our trees to death, kudzu.
Yes.
Yes. Well, the fucking issue at the south where this shit's everywhere.
Sheep.
Let's literally make a actual gargoyle made from kudzu.
Fomorei.
That just grows everywhere and just destroys all the plant life.
Yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. A actual kudzu, an anaconda kudzu.
That's kind of cool.
Well, it's the weed snake where it just comes up and strangles the life out of you.
Although I believe they did find out that sheep can actually effectively clear out kudzu. I think certain kinds of sheep.
You gotta get the sheep on this.
Certain sheep and goats can like actually chew through the roots, and it's actually very good for them.
There was a business that was near my house where they bought a goat, and I saw it behind the fence. I was thinking, oh, what the fuck you got a goat for? But no, they got the goat because kudzu was growing onto their property, and the goat was eating it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, kudzu was if you have very animals that eat a lot of food, kudzu works for them because it grows stupidly fast in our climate.
Yes, it's an invasive species, and that's the thing too.
It's a fast-growing plant, but that's because it grew around animals that ate it fast.
Something I am surprised about with the whole Book of the Worm stuff is that there was never a poaching group that was made.
That's a good point. Poaching actually sounds like an actually good Pentex group.
Like we have a group of first team assholes who just go around and just shoot endangered animals just because it's funny. And that's it.
Hey, dude, I shot a white lion. Let's go.
But hold, it's a critically endangered rhinoceros. Let me shoot it.
Oh, shit. Is that the last species of long-nosed rhinoceros? Let me shoot it.
Well, there it is, or there it was. Haha.
Basically.
Still, though, why did they get rid of the were rhinos? I know were rhinos are only used in Africa, but imagine it. In a city, you get charged down by a rare rhino. That sounds like a sounds like a giant curveball to throw at your players.
You argued against my idea for a were elephant, but you want the rhinoceros back.
The were rhinoceros makes sense because it was made by Pentex.
And go ahead and just get the were elephant then. Just make it.
Look, if you want to make it a mockery breed, I agree, but not by Gaia standards, no.
We'll get some lunatic member of the Verbena to make it.
I hate that you bring that stuff up. That was a stupid ass book.
Yes.
Fucking the Bastet was made by mages,
a mage, and therefore all the stakes of Werewolf are now out the window.
That is so retarded.
Yep.
Yes, don't get a mage guy to write for your werewolf book.
Yeah, no more.
You learn from that.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore.
There's all the mage glazing in that book.
There's a lot of mage glazing. There is actually, if you go on Reddit, there's a lot of glazing to mages.
And in terms of everything else, apparently, I'm not to be surprised because it's AI. A lot of stuff that ChatGPT suggested had a lot of technological focus on it.
Of course, technology is, if you think about it, is taking over the world. Now, canonically, you have to remember, not canonically, you have to remember everyone out there who's listening to this. There's a difference because in World of Darkness, there's magic and space lasers. In the real world, technology is how humans are going to evolve. You have to remember there's a difference.
Think about this. I'm talking about too. I remember some Bitcoin is a crock of shit. And anyone who buys into it, you're buying into a Ponzi scheme. But something that a lot of people criticize Bitcoin about is the carbon footprint it leaves behind, where
Not really.
like how much money it costs to leave to mine Bitcoin, the power cost it costs to mine Bitcoin, and all the ATMs that run forever that nobody actually uses that use Bitcoin. How about you do that? How about we have a Pentex cryptocurrency that is made to be as wasteful on electrical grid as possible?
Wyrm coin. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
There it is. How much money did you invest in Wyrm coin?
None. I still have my Dogecoin though.
It's $6,000 in the hole.
Yep, I know.
Man, here's an idea. Here's an episode idea. Now, you people in the comments, tell me if you guys think this is a cool idea. Cool idea.
Just trying to be the man of the people here.
Me personally, this entity before you will make a bunch of Fomoreis and weavers, or my bad, a bunch of Fomoreis, drones, and gargoyles, and I will share them on a later episode.
And we get to review it.
Yeah. I will just bunch of monsters for people to use. And
this will be the start of us reviewing homebrew content, because God knows that there needs to be some life breathed into this homebrew scene for World Darkness.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
the homebrew scene is actually active. The homebrew scene is actually going strong.
It's filled with a bunch of stupid ideas, though, like the Lepics.
Yeah. To be fair, you have to be fair. No, I'll be honest here. Is a lot of homebrew, from what I can tell, is broken as shit.
Yeah. Where I know, like, I made Werewolf 3.5 deadly, but, I like my combat fucking deadly, alright?
Yeah, no, he made his game stupidly deadly on purpose.
Where I need to go ahead and just play Exalted 2nd Edition by this point.
No, well, are you sure you want to run an Exalted game?
Exalted sucks, but I run my game so close to Exalted, I might as well just run Exalted by this point.
I mean, okay, Johnny, I'll be real with you here. If you run an Exalted game, play humans first.
Yes.
I know it may seem extreme, but just do humans first. It'll give you a feel for the system.
And then we go in with the Exalted, where you can parry the ground and stop your descent.
That is a joke, but that is possible.
That's the thing. And Kyle, you know how in a platform or video game or like a beat 'em up, you'll hit the attack button on the way down from a drop and you'll take no fall damage?
Wait, which game?
Never.
Just name a game where that's a feature.
Like
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, for example.
That is a thing, but I never had the skill to pull it off.
Now, Kyle, you can do that in Exalted.
That's kind of dumb.
If you're making an attack while falling, you will take no fall damage.
You have to remember.
Just hit a K backdash. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Cool. Let's explain Exalted a little bit for you. Exalted is.
Hold everybody. It's our secret first episode of Exalted.
Quiet, Johnny. Exalted is basically. So you know Hercules. You know the Journey to the West. You know those type of stories, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, now we need to get the Disney song in the background because you said Hercules.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
To summarize, basically, while D&D is an epic campaign, Exalted is a mythic campaign. It's built around mythical characters who shape the world on a scale that will never be forgotten. That's why Exalted is so extreme.
And then the lore itself is a weird, amalgamation, bastardization of every previous World Darkness book existing in one space.
So I get to play as Davy Crockett. Sick.
Yes.
You can.
Sally Ann, Thunder and Whirlwind.
I have the book, but basically Exalted is brought this up in the Exalted books. The Solar Exalted was saying all right, let's make humans. I saw the image. Let's make humans.
Put the image up, please. Just remember this.
The Solar Exalted, this actually makes sense because Zeus made humans from ants. The Solar Exalted said, how can we make humans better? So they started up facilities to make customized humans. I'm not even joking. You want humans with wings? We got you humans with wings. You want giant humans? We got you giant humans. So on and so on.
Is that all the gods of Exalted took a bunch of cocaine and then decided, well, if we just mess with humanity?
Yeah, there's even dinosaur people. There's actual dwarves. Exalted is weird.
But then, what was their version of the evil? It's the primordials. I think it's called.
The primordials are called the green sun.
And by this point, they're so far ahead of the curve and so far ahead in power that nothing you do in Exalted will actually matter.
Canonically, there is beings that even you, as a high-ranking exalted, mid-max exalted, can't beat. But those are literally Solar himself and the Green Sun and beings like those.
And
At that point,
then,
how the fuck are you trying to fight Solar?
and then with human society on its own, where the problems that exist within the human society have been going on for so long, and trying to solve them are just result in paravacuums, that nothing you do on a small scale matters either.
Yeah, because Exalted is basically you as a character. You're leading clans. You're making kingdoms. You're not doing we fixing this one village. No, you are leading kingdoms. It's slow, but by the end point, you should be running armies.
And ultimately, the point of the game is you have all this power, and yet you're still powerless.
It's basically like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Because at the end of the day, it says, "I am a god." Yeah, and there's 500 more of them. What you gonna do about it?
Where it's,
I'll
Kyle,
become Kratos.
I actually don't think you like the game, Kyle, because if you didn't like Metal Gear Solid 2, you wouldn't like Exalted.
Yeah, Exalted's like, I wouldn't call it punk. It's mythical.
It's metal because Kyle, you remember what Ryan's character arc in Metal Gear Solid 2 was supposed to be.
Bullshit. Yes.
So that's your character arc in Exalted for every character.
That sounds kind of ass. Not gonna lie.
You were made to be this perfect demigod weapon, but at the end of the day, you're just a weapon. Your agency is not your own.
Yeah, that's why I say you shouldn't play as playing as a Solar Exalted. Play as something else so you get a feel for the game and see if you like it. Don't play the most powerful beings in the game yet.
Because you're not actually the most powerful being in the game.
Well, no.
The most powerful class of Exalted. I should make that clear.
Yes. And I say we've been recording for like an hour, like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
2.5 hours, I think, some of that sort.
I think there's a good point to stop. We're done.
Yep.
Yeah, I was basic. Oh shit, man! I forgot to go on my mage rant, but oh well.
The mage.
Oh well.
The mage. Well, next time we do a mage video.
Yes.
Look, I'll tell everyone here, but someone's eventually going to cut this off in the video. Sorry, you won't hear the end of it. Basically, to summarize here is, if they do try to make a Mage 5th edition, it won't be Mage.
It's not going to be.
No.
Every single Mage tradition has a cultural background. Because you got rid of the Fianna, the Actina, and the Wendigo because they had cultural backgrounds, what the fuck are you going to do for Mage?
They're going to dick it up like they usually do.
Like, even the Sons of Ether has a cultural background.
This is one of the dumbest things I heard about Mage. Know about Vampire Werewolf. It's like, you can't play a street level game of Mage. You can't play a street level game of Vampire or Werewolf. I'm just sitting there going like, what do you mean you can't play street level? You are the street level.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean?
It's character creation, yes.
You are street level.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. That's what we do.
Because here's the thing, what mages? Yes, you can play street level with mages, but that's not what you're supposed to be as a mage. Canonically, you can play your whole game playing street level werewolf, street level vampires. You can do that. But as a mage, you're not supposed to be street level. You're supposed to transcend the human condition. You're supposed to leave all the shit behind.
Just let that shit go.
Yeah, you're supposed to ascend. You can't be street level mages. No, you're supposed to grow.
Yes. Build your avatar. Ascend.
Yes. Behold the point of the game, the core theme of the game.
Vampires, you can get stuck playing politics in your hometown and never move on. With werewolves, you can be stuck guarding this one area and this one Karen. Mages, you're not supposed to stay in this one area for all eternity. You're supposed to keep moving forward.
Yep. Sounds fun.
Canonically, yeah, your avatar, let me make this real clear here. Your avatar pushes you to go further. There's nowhere the avatar doesn't do anything. No, your avatar, doesn't matter what it is, it makes you learn.
Yes, indeed.
And then when Mage 5e, if it becomes a thing, if Paradox manages to not waste everybody's time and money again, is going to be the exact same as the Fantastic Four movie. That is not the current one, the 2000s one, where behold, you now have people with superpowers basically that sit around and do nothing.
Yes.
What do you mean people with powers? What do you mean people with powers?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm Mr. Fantastic. I'm the Human Torch. I'm just going to spend the entire movie just sitting on my couch.
Oh, yeah, they ruined the Human Torch. The Human Torch is literally supposed to be this burn fast kind of dude. Go fast, go fast. Just I forget the term. Fast cars, fast women. He's supposed to be this party dude.
Yes.
He's not supposed to be the slow, meek dude who sits down, talks his way through. No, he's supposed to be a hothead.
Yeah, that's why he's the Human Torch.
And for all of Fantastic Four 2005, up until the last 20 minutes of the movie, everyone in that movie is sitting around with a thumb up their ass. And that's it.
Yep.
It's a really boring movie.
Yeah, you're still recording?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
They didn't tell me to cut it, but okay, whatever.
Well, now we're cutting it. We're done.
Good night, everybody.
All right, bye.
GN, everyone.